stories and more coming up next. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. First, Fox News. It's 9 o'clock.
He's making deals in Tokyo. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Japan's going to be investing $550 billion into the United States.
That was President Trump addressing business leaders at a dinner after he took Japan's new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, with him on a U.S. aircraft carrier, talking to American troops stationed there.
This woman is a winner, so, we've become very close friends all of a sudden.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports from Tokyo.
The two leaders also signed a framework agreement to ramp up mining and production of rare earth minerals, similar to a deal the U.S. just signed with Australia. Focus on rare earths is becoming a critical initiative after China tried to gain the upper hand in trade talks by throttling exports, effectively imposing control over the world's technology transactions.
Now, the president will meet with China's leader on the last stop of his Asian trip, South Korea. Hurricane Melissa is already being felt in Jamaica. The storm will be the most powerful one to ever hit the island. It's a Category 5 with 175-mile-an-hour winds. The eye will make landfall later this morning. House Republicans are calling for executive actions President Biden signed with the auto pen be voided.
In letters to the Department of Justice and D.C. Board of Medicine, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is demanding both conduct comprehensive investigations. Committee Republicans allege the former president's doctor, Kevin O'Connor, was complicit in a medical cover-up of President Biden's mental and cognitive deterioration.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. It's day 28 of the government shutdown, and another vote on funding could fail at the end to end the standoff at the Senate. Congressman Ro Khanna, a Democrat, tells Fox Business the Republican House Speaker could help ease some pain.
If he called Congress back in session and he said put up a clean bill to pay the troops and pay essential federal workers, you would get a lot of Democrats voting for it, and it would pass.
So a similar bill in the Senate last week was blocked by Democrats, who keep demanding any funding bill to reopen the government must include an extension of Obamacare tax credits that are going to expire at the end of the year. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Dozens of firefighters responding. Cloudy and 50 this morning in the Circle City. The high today might reach 60. Skies at least partly cloudy for much of the day. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:02, brought to you by Window Nation. Several homes just north of downtown Indianapolis are damaged from a fire that broke out early this morning. Indianapolis Fire Battalion Chief Rita Reith shares details about what happened.
Firefighters arrived to find a two-story residence heavily involved in fire with exposures on either side, one to the north and one to the south. Both of those exposures were occupied.
About 70 firefighters were called to attend to the blaze, and they got it contained within an hour. Both families were able to get out of their homes safely and are now getting help to find shelter. According to the Indianapolis Airport Authority, ICE is using Indianapolis International Airport up to 3 times a week. Exactly what they are doing at the airport is unknown, but the IAA said they are working in a facility within the airport's International Arrivals building, located across the property's airfield and away from commercial airline passengers. Indianapolis International is federally regulated as a public-use airport, meaning the IAA must comply with FAA regulations and cannot interfere with federal aviation activities. A special session is coming from Indiana lawmakers to discuss redrawing the state's congressional maps. Democratic State Representative Phil Giaquinta insists that most Hoosiers don't want to see this happen.
I think folks will be upset that we are doing something mid-decade that I've been around a while. You know, my dad was here before me, so I followed him, what he was doing.
Governor Mike Braun says he also plans on having the state's tax code be addressed during the upcoming special session, which is scheduled now for November 3rd. The statewide average for gas today, $3.02 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. In Indianapolis, the average is at $2.98. The Indiana Pacers have an extra rest day today before they face the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow on the road. The injury report looking grim at the moment for Indiana. 7 players are listed as either day-to-day or out. The team announced they have signed guard Mac McClung to a multi-year contract. McClung has only played a few games in the NBA, most recently with the Orlando Magic, and is the winner of the last 3 slam dunk contests. And tying for the longest World Series game in MLB history, the Dodgers and Blue Jays going 18 innings in last night's Game 3. The Dodgers pulling it out, winning 6-5 thanks to a walk-off home run by first baseman Freddie Freeman. Matt Bear with a check of traffic.
What's happening, Jared? Looking at the southeast side, crash northbound 465 at 74 on the shoulder. Crash southeast side, English Avenue to the west of Rural. Crash west side, Tremont south of 16th. Inbound 69 slow after 116th Street, 282nd. And eastbound 465 a little bit tight on the approach to Meridian from Ditch. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
This hour powered by Stevenson Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer, serving Johnson and Morgan counties.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Partly to mostly cloudy with a few sprinkles possible south of the city today, a high of 59. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Scattered showers develop overnight, a low of 46. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level on the go and on WIBC.com. Time for Kendall and Casey.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
If you're never willing to stand up for yourself, people will take advantage of you forever.
Why would you expect anyone else to stand up for you then?
I mean, think about so much of what goes on. We see politics, and we think of it as like its own little orbit. By the way, it's Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob Casey's here. And I was thinking about how to deal with this today because people are with this announcement that came down yesterday that they're going to call the special session. And, of course, Braun lied again. I mean, the guy is a habitual liar because how many times did he say, I'm not calling the session unless the votes are there, unless the House and Senate consent to moving forward. He said it he said it on Hammer and Nigel, he said it all over the place. And yet the votes, according to, and we'll get to the next lie in a second. See, I was going to be calm, and I made it about 7 seconds into this show. This is the stuff is irrelevant. It's the things that are going on around the stuff that people need to pay attention to. So he says over and over and over and over again that I won't call a special session unless there's the votes. And the pro tem of the Senate, the leader of the Senate's office, comes out again and says the votes are not there.
Correct.
And he's calling the session. Now, this may seem like some small thing, but it's another lie. It's another blatant, irrefutable lie that this guy told. And if he lies about something as stupid as this, he'll lie about anything and everything, as we found out during property taxes.
Why are they calling the special session if the votes aren't there, according to the Senate? Is it to push people into voting the way that they want? Is it to get it on record? Is it so that Governor Braun can turn around and say to Donald Trump, I did what you wanted, just didn't work out?
Yeah, so I'll come back to that in a second, because that's the first lie he told yesterday. Then he comes out, and he was on, was it Tony's Midday Show? Tony has so many shows now, I can't keep track of them.
Yes.
It was Tony's Midday Show. And he continues to say, well, it's just the Democrats who are saying the votes aren't there.
Right.
It's just the Democrats who are saying the people don't want this. No. Your own party, sir, the pro tem, the spokesperson for the pro tem, the leader of the Senate, has said the votes are not there. Now, maybe that person's wrong, but it is not just the Democrats who are saying this. And these polls that are showing people don't want it, the last two that we have talked about on this program were done by Republican-affiliated pollsters. Another lie. It's always the lying. It's always the dishonesty. It's always the deceit with these people. And that is the issue that everybody should be paying attention to. Look, Andrew Ireland was on with you guys yesterday, and I wanted to puke. Not because anything you guys did wrong. You guys did great. But again, it's the blatant deception. It's the blatant disingenuous behavior. You challenged him. What I thought was the penultimate moment of that interview with State Representative Andrew Ireland was you challenged him on what we have said for weeks down this program, because it's Massachusetts this, Massachusetts that, blah, 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 blah. Massachusetts 9-0. The Northeast, da-da-da-da. It's all, they got the talking points because Braun says it, Micah says it, the reps and senators are saying it. And we said for weeks now, okay, draw us the fair map that shows me all these representatives, Republican representatives in Massachusetts. And he knew he was going to get that question because I've been talking about that. We've been talking about that for weeks on this show. And not one person has produced a map that shows you all of these Republicans who would be in the Congress if it weren't for the evil, awful Democrats gerrymandering their state that's overwhelmingly Democrat. And what'd he do?
Oh, well, he said that he knew somebody who did a map, and they found one district that would go Republican and one that would be swing.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
That was his answer.
I got a guy.
He can't produce it. He didn't produce it. The only thing we have seen, and I've challenged anybody to show me something different, is that if you gerrymander it out the wazoo in favor of the Republicans, which why would the Democrats do that? Are we doing that here under our current maps? Are we the Republicans like, well, we feel so bad for these Democrats. Let's give them a freebie. If you gerrymandered out the wazoo, you might be able to produce one Republican district. Not a fair district, not a fair map, but a map totally rigged in favor of the Republicans. And then all the other districts in Massachusetts would be 80-20 or 90-10. That's the best we've seen anybody be able to do. And he sat right there and goes, I got a guy. He didn't have anything. Let's see that guy. Let's see that map. Let's have that conversation. And the other thing that gets me when he was on with you guys yesterday, him whining about Andre Carson. I've about had it with Andrew Ireland whining about Andre Carson.
Yeah, he did mention him, I believe, 3 times.
Because, Andrew, your party, the Republicans, made Andre Carson as strong as he is. They made that district unbeatable to save Victoria Sparks the last time because she's a horrible candidate who can't keep her damn mouth shut. But all we hear from the Andrew Ireland people is Andre Carson, Andre Carson. If Andre Carson is so damn bad, then why do the Republicans make him unbeatable? That's what I'm talking about with this. It's not even the issue. By the way, you know who said they're running for Congress today?
Jennifer Ruth Green.
So that's who you're going to get. Disgraced, booted out, member of the Braun administration.
Yeah, public safety secretary.
That's the sort of person you're going to get in Congress. So you tell me, Andrew Ireland, and he couldn't do it. He admitted there is no, now he didn't use these words, but he basically admitted there is no real value to another Jefferson Shreve or Jennifer Ruth Green being there.
He said he would like stronger candidates.
But you're not going to get that. So what you have is everybody either being completely disingenuous in the case of Andrew Ireland, and at least he admits it's all political. But I mean, when he does the stuff about the Andre Carson and the Massachusetts, I got a guy. Really? You knew you were coming in for this interview. You're an attorney by trade. You present sound arguments to the court, and the best he could come up with is, I got a guy.
This is why I came in yesterday, not today.
I wanted to puke when I heard that. And you guys did great pressing him. But the point is, all you're getting from your representatives is either blatant dishonesty, like from Governor Braun, or you're getting disingenuous, deflective behavior like you're getting from Andrew Ireland. And you take the issue out of the equation. These people are doing this on just about everything that comes in front of them, and that's why our country's in the shape it's in. That's why our state's in the shape it's in, because this is how these people handle everything. No conviction, no truth, know what's best for you, know how do we hold our elected people accountable. It's just whatever's best in the moment, whatever's best for the party.
Okay, now that's where I'm going to differ with you just a little bit in regards to Andrew Ireland. I do believe that he does have conviction in what he says. I think that he believes. He said we have to fight fire with fire multiple times during that interview. And I think that he really believes that. With some of these other people, I think that they're just parroting the talking points that have been handed to them.
But that's fine, Casey. But he is the way he's going about it is ridiculous. To whine about Andre Carson. At no point did he criticize his own party for making Andre Carson what he is. They literally changed the map the last time, just a couple of years ago, to make Andre Carson more strong because they knew Victoria Sparks was in big trouble because she's a rotten representative, because she's a loudmouth and she's erratic, and people are like, no thank you. So they had to rig the map. See, this is where, well, what about the gerrymandering in Illinois? They just rigged the map further to save a Republican representative, and he sits here and has the audacity to whine to you about Andre Carson without criticizing his own party for creating what Andre Carson is. The other thing you did with him, I didn't know we were going to spend the whole segment on this, but
Neither did I.
Look, this is just stream of consciousness at this point. I mean, I've been sitting fuming on this for the past 24 hours.
I'm sure you have. I'm glad that he came in, though. We took some heat because we had Kerry Hamilton on, and many people said, oh, you brought a Democrat in. Why don't we hear from a Republican? And I think, he's very well spoken with his message.
Yeah, so was Bundy. So was Ted Bundy. Gacy was pretty convincing too. I'm not comparing Andrew Ireland to those guys, but I'm saying there's lots of people who are very convincing with their message, but their message is crap. The other thing you asked him, which was great, is you said, well, hey, you guys can do whatever you want while you're in there. Special session's open.
Mm-hmm.
How about revisiting property taxes?
Yeah.
You know what you got? Now, this is an artist rendition of what you got.
Yeah.
Puh. Oh, am I wrong?
No, he said that they weren't going to address this.
Right, exactly. He's Mr. Property Tax guy. He can fight for whatever he wants to fight for. Did you see any fight from him? By the way, has he ever commented on the IEDC audit?
I didn't ask him about that because I wanted to focus on other things.
No. I'm saying, has he ever publicly commented? I've never seen a public comment from him. Now, maybe he put one out and I didn't see it, but I've never seen
I can't
anything.
say definitively.
I know as of like a week into it, he hadn't, because he claimed he had been working. But he's all in on this, which helps no one other than the Republican Party. Jennifer Ruth Green, Jefferson Shreve, Messmer, Aaron Houchin. That's who you're going to get. He's all in on this. He will go to the mountains. He tweets about it all the time. He responds to people's tweets about this. Some guy named D.C. Drano from Florida is bossing our politicians around in Indiana, Casey. All right, we got to get to a break. I ain't done yet. We got a long way to go on this one.
Someone pray for me. It is Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Tony Katz.
You want to know why people don't trust the government? Coffee's bad for you. No way coffee's fine. Eggs are bad for you. No way eggs are fine. Steak is bad for you. No wait, kale is bad for you. People who eat kale all the time, you're leading miserable, terrible lives, and we see you. My cheekbones, by the way, are all the way up. You just can't see them because I'm so happy. You know how I got happy? Steak.
Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and it's time to get ready for spooky season by eliminating all of that spooky dirt, grime, and spills. Halloween brings out the best in people, but it also brings out some pretty scary crud from all the foot traffic. How about having Zero Res help you take on all of that with an unbelievable October special? Get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Now that's some serious savings on the carpet cleaning. And remember that your air ducts are where the really spooky stuff is. Yikes! The Zero Res service for your carpets, floors, dryer vents, or air ducts is easy to line up, and you can go online at ZeroResIndy.com to do the scheduling at your convenience. I love these folks, and don't forget the ZR Water difference. No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals, leaving things really clean. Now mention WIBC and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 plus 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
Look, switching point of sale systems is a total nightmare, right? But here's the thing. Shopify POS makes switching easier. A Shopify POS expert, a real human being, helps with setup and data migration. No need to be your own tech support, because with Shopify POS, you get support for free. You'll also get a free card reader and 25% off POS subscription fees. Switching your POS is easier with Shopify. Eligibility requirements apply. To learn more, visit shopify.com/switch now. That's shopify.com/switch now.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture Mattress in Columbus. Football season's back, so it's time for our annual Sit, Sleep, and Eat sale. Lowest prices of the year on all Lazy Boy, Flex Deal, and Smith Brothers. Save up to $800 on mattresses by Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and King Coil. And save up to $400 on the Big Green Egg. Free delivery, interest-free financing. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Hi, this is Richard Stevenson. Need heating service in Johnson, Morgan, or Hendricks County? Give us a call, 317-557-8532.
Stevenson Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
Something for people, because we've said this many times over the years. The YouTube people are very concerned about me. They're like, Rob's blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, whatever.
That's weird. They should be concerned about me.
Yes.
I'm the one sitting in this box with you.
They are concerned about you, but look, it's Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob. That's Casey. We've been through this before. I'll say it again. Every year I get my physical, and they're always like, I cannot believe how good your blood pressure is.
Yeah.
And I tell them it's because once I get it all out here, I go home and it's like, I'll see you tomorrow. Now, the problem I had yesterday was I didn't get to get it out here, and there was something big happening, and it was like just, eating at me.
I know.
And so that was the problem yesterday, is I didn't get my daily
therapy
outlet. But once I leave here, I get it all out. I go home, take a nap, and I'm fine.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about redistricting. You guys did this fabulous interview with Andrew Ireland yesterday. I mean, he's ridiculous, but I thought the way you guys handled it was fine. And it's a reminder to me as I'm listening to that, why, because somebody messaged me yesterday, and they're like, well, what are we going to do about people running for these seats? I was like, I'm doing nothing. I'm done with all you people. My whole goal now is to see Republicans fail and see Republicans lose, because until they lose and until they fail, this will just continue forever. And Nigel, I wasn't on my own show yesterday, but I was on with Nigel.
Yeah, you were.
I told him this. I said, people have to understand that the Republican Party believes, and they've been proven correct, no matter what they do, if you're a conservative or liberty-minded person, no matter what they do to you, you will vote for them no matter what. And we've seen this. These people who are meeting with the governor, who he screwed them.
Well, the boogeyman is the social issues right now.
Sure.
When it comes to Democrats.
You're 100% right, Casey. And they're using now redistricting as a way to distract from how poor the Republicans, both in Indiana and across this country, govern. And that's what they always do. They find some issue to put up in front of people and go, well, but what about this?
You don't want boys and girls sports, do you?
Don't pay any attention to how we raise your taxes every year, how we grow the government, the crony capitalism, the corrupt behavior. Don't pay any attention to that, because now we got this new shiny object over here, which is redistricting. And so then when you ask the question, which is the logical question, how does another Jennifer Ruth Green in Congress better your life? People don't have an answer for it. And then they just get mad at you for saying, well, but Massachusetts. And then you come back with that and go, well, show me the map. Well, but Connecticut. Okay, show me the map where these super blue states should have these Republican representatives, since we don't even have them here. I mean, we've pigeonholed basically people who are a part of Chicago are Democrat, and people who are part of Indianapolis are Democrat. Those are our two. Is anybody going to argue that those are not Democrat strongholds? And so when we come back to all of this, the issue with me, and we got to this Nigel yesterday, the redistricting thing is not going to change or better anybody's life. My life is not going to be any better or worse based on the outcome of redistricting. But what is so damn frustrating to me is that there are these people who they bitch and they complain and they scream about the Republican Party, and they're right on all the things, these conservatives and liberty-minded people, about all the things that they're doing that's harming their existence, and that they're not living up to the bargain that they've set forth. And then when it comes time to do something about it, they just roll over and say, give me some more of that. And then they'll whine and complain and scream again. And it's like, you have to make these people fail. Until they fail, they will never respect you. They will never do what you want, because they believe no matter what they do to you, you will vote for them regardless. And so they go where the votes are, and they cater to the people who want something handed to them. They want something given to them. That's why conservatives never win, because they take our votes for granted.
Okay, but many people are saying that Indiana is getting into the national fight with this to offset California and what's going on in Virginia now.
Well, California,
I know, was in response to Texas.
okay, so that's a wash. I present to the court North Carolina, which is a swing state in terms of how it votes every single year. It's always a pick'em state. And I believe it's about to go 11-3 with their map, which 11-3 doesn't sound very swing statey to me. Every state is gerrymandered to some capacity. If you'd like to tell me Illinois is gerrymandered too much, I'm willing to hear that. I saw one map that maybe got it if you drew it in favor of the Republicans to 12-5. But again, our map should probably be 6-3. So, this is the point. We could do that. We could do this forever. Here is the reality. If you give the Republicans something they didn't earn, they will keep doing the thing they've always done, which means there's no way to ever fix the issue. They have to fail in order for the Republicans to actually govern the way they promise every single election. And as long as they can just rig the map in their favor to cover when they don't do that, it will never get any better.
I go back to a few years ago when everybody was saying, though, Republicans need to get there and fight. If the Democrats are doing it, why aren't we? Republicans always play by the rules, and we always get beat. And now you have the Republican Party saying, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do the same thing you guys have been doing for years.
But we've been doing it for years. Republican states, again, North Carolina right now is a 10-4 state. It is not 10-4 in the election ever. It has a Democrat governor, and it's 10-4 Republican. That means in statewide elections, it has 2 Republican senators barely. It has a Democrat governor. It is a total swing state. I spent a great deal of my life there for several years, and I know that state, and it's rigged. We act like this doesn't happen. We act like the Republicans are already doing this. We act like we're innocent victims. I love the Northeast map. The Northeast map is my absolute favorite, Casey, because I have asked people repeatedly, okay, Vermont has 1 representative. Is your argument that Vermont should be Republican? Connecticut has 5. It's super Democrat. Is your argument that those should be Republican? Rhode Island, I think, has 1. It's super Democrat. Is your argument that those should be Republican? And then they don't answer it, and then they just pivot onto some other new boogeyman. And that's the thing. No matter what happens here, nobody's life is going to get any better. Food won't get more affordable. The government spending won't be reined in. Chaos will ensue, and they will find some new boogeyman to blame this on. It will not stop, because that is, especially in the era of Trump, it is one deflection to the next. It's one hobgoblin in the shadow to the next. It's never the accountability of it stops with us, and we will fix it. And they have the Congress right now.
By the way, Indiana's last special session in 22 cost taxpayers around $240,000. By law, the session can last up to 30 legislative days or 40 calendar days.
So here's my challenge.
So they can get some more stuff done.
Well, here's my challenge to and we'll spend a lot more time on this. We got other stuff to get to. But here's my challenge to every lawmaker, and I'll start with Andrew Ireland. If this is about saving the republic, Scott Baldwin, Ron Alting.
He's on board now.
All these people who've given these big, by the way, nothing says Billy Badass like having 5 months to make up your mind and then at the very end charging out with some dramatic battle hymn of the Republic type of speech.
Well, Governor Braun's quote, I think, says it all. Once this goes public, you'll have people getting off the fence.
My challenge to, and we'll get into this later, is if this is truly about saving the Republic, as you guys are saying, then every one of you should say, I will not accept a single dime in per diem or mileage or pay for this legislative session. Now, how many of you want to bet, Casey, you're willing to sign up for that? Whether you're in Northeast Indiana
and their staff,
Southwest Indiana, I will drive up here by own volition. I will spend my own time. I will get my own hotel. This is so important, Casey. Why not give the taxpayers a break for once? If this is really about doing something for them and making our country better, why don't you give something for once? Mr. House or Senate member, $60,000, $70,000 a year for a part-time job. Why don't you for once do something for us? Let's take a tab, Casey, over the next week and see how many people sign up for that.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, there is a big fight going on in central Indiana. There is a giant school referendum, and I think this is actually pretty important because what happens here, I think, will dictate what we see in many places going forward. And so we've been covering this for a while. Avon is the battleground coming up next week, and so we want to kind of touch base with some of the people who have been fighting a rigged fight. You want to talk about a rigged fight? We'll talk about a rigged fight when we come back.
Mitchell Osmond joins us next on 93 WIBC.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Making some moves in Japan. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending now at 9:31. President Donald Trump meeting with business leaders in Tokyo today and announcing that Japan plans to invest more than $500 billion in the United States.
The president just spoke at a dinner with business leaders announcing the details on $490 of the $550 billion Japan pledged to invest in the U.S. under its former prime minister in exchange for a 15% tariff rate. This deal was not easy for Japan's new conservative leader to implement. The nation is saddled with debt, and there was concern that Washington would choose projects that didn't make strategic sense for Japan. But after all these details came through, both sides appear very happy.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich reporting. As the government shutdown continues, air travelers are beginning to feel the effects. Thousands of Americans could be grappling with flight delays and cancellations just ahead of Thanksgiving. Today also marks the first day that air traffic controllers and other federal workers will miss a paycheck. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
So today is the first day. They don't get any money. No pay. And by the way, that's rolling thunder, right? The first day is hard, but the second day is even harder than that. And the third day, because they have gas, they have childcare costs.
Duffy on Fox and Friends this morning. The Senate may vote on a bill this week that would pay air traffic controllers. Republicans want to pass a bill that reopens the government at current funding levels through next month, while Democrats say the bill needs to extend health care subsidies in order to prevent insurance premiums from going up for millions of Americans next year. And Hurricane Melissa, now a rare Category 5 with maximum sustained winds up to 175 miles per hour. Tens of thousands are under evacuation orders in Jamaica. Your opening bell report on 93 WIBC brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management. The Dow up 300 points to 47,544. The S&P 500 also rising to a fresh record high, up 17 points, 6,875. And the NASDAQ is in the green, 83 points to 25,821. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kinda like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Hi, it's Denny Smith, and when temps are dropping, it means your water heater, softeners, and even those old pipes are under stress. Fall's the time when rain hits, the ground shifts, and tree roots start tearing into those old clay or PVC lines. LD Smith Plumbing can handle it all. Water heaters, softeners, leaks, even gas line inspections before you fire up that furnace or fireplace. And don't forget those hoses, hose bibs, and crawl space vents before the freeze hits. Call my friends at LD Smith Plumbing, the local pros I trust, or just head to ldsmithplumbing.com today.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Casey, did you know there's an election next week?
Wait, next week? What
Yeah.
are you talking
That's
about?
right. No,
That's not the midterm.
Oh, you weren't aware?
What election?
Well, I think that was by design.
Oh.
Yes, there's actually something to vote on in central Indiana next
Okay,
week.
tell me more. Say more words.
Well, at least in one central Indiana community.
Okay.
So remember how we talked about, we said when they passed that property tax plan, Senate Bill 1, I think was what it was called.
That's what it's called, correct.
And everybody under the sun was like...
Everybody's very happy about it,
Yes,
I'm told.
according to the governor there.
Yeah.
We said, this is going to be very bad because you are giving these school corporations essentially the green light to go for these referendums, and they will pin it on this Senate Bill 1 as the reason that they can now play the role of poor singing orphan.
That's right.
And they told me, it's not going to happen. Blah, 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 this and that, and da-da-da. And one school corporation here in central Indiana is proving me exactly right.
Oh, no. Okay.
Now, we've talked about this before. It's Avon.
Yeah.
As those of you who don't know, Avon, Hendricks County, west side, and they currently have a school referendum.
That's where I do my grocery shopping.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, you're contributing to the problem at
Oh,
this
no.
point. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Avon is going for another school referendum, and they said, well, because of the change in the referendum laws, we're not going to wait to do this next year when we have to go to the general election. We're going to do it this year when fewer people than normal might vote.
Oh, except for maybe the insiders that will vote the way they want them to vote.
Now, look, in fairness, we had the Avon superintendent on this program. I think the lady that was with him was the school board president.
Right.
And they were very nice. They're very pleasant people, but quite frankly, they were full of crap. And thankfully, there's a group of people out in Avon who's fighting back against this. And whether you live in Avon or not, you need to pay attention to this because these school referendums are awful.
Coming to a community near you.
And they will be coming to a community near you. So there's a group of people fighting back in Avon. Let's hear how it's going out there. Mitchell Osman, who's leading the group out there, joins us now. Mitchell, hello.
Hello.
All right, so I kind of monitor this because bad government spreads like the plague. So I'm cheering for you guys, even though I don't live in Avon. But it seems like there are a lot more people aware of the school referendum and publicly, at least, against it this time than there was the one in 2018. What say you?
Well, thanks to you and a listener leaking a video to you and your show putting it out there, we have made a lot of headway here in Avon getting the message out to people who just did not know this special election was going on.
And I think you hit on the thing that's important, Mitchell, which is that, and Casey, when we had the superintendent and the school board lady in, they didn't have an answer for this, how this video that was private, that only certain people could see, like what they were doing with that, and it became abundantly clear, hey, you were trying to get that to the people who vote yes, which is why you're doing this special referendum election, because you know you can get your people to go vote. You don't want the public to know. And they gave something about planning and this and that. I was like, oh, bull. You guys are doing this because you're trying to be sneaky, Mitchell.
Exactly. I mean, not one word was mentioned about renewing this referendum this year until Mike Braun signed SB 1 into law. They knew it would take effect July 1st. The first time that anything was mentioned about this referendum renewal on the ballot was June 9th. So they tried to push it through to get it on the ballot and have this special election before July 1st, knowing that they're going to have a small turnout and their insiders are going to vote, and they're pretty much, they didn't want the rest of the community to even know about it.
Casey, this is what's really important, and I'll let you pipe in here, that in a school referendum in an off year, every vote really does matter. If you're thinking about, oh, it's not worth my time, oh, it's totally worth your time because not that many people show up to vote.
Yeah, so Mitchell, I'm curious, if only a limited number of people were aware of this, what are you doing or have you done to change that direction?
Well, I've made up some business cards and done some door knocking of my own, and then with the help of your show and me contacting the Lieutenant Governor's office and the Governor's office, we actually got Micah Beckwith to come out and do some door knocking with us this past Saturday.
Okay, so let's talk about that. This was my greatest accomplishment ever, Casey, because while I was sitting inside my warm, comfortable home drinking a cold adult beverage watching IU football, I publicly shamed the Lieutenant Governor into spending his Saturday knocking on doors in the cold.
But credit where credit is due, he did go do it like he said he would. My question for Mitchell, the governor also said he was going to do that, so was Mike Braun there as well?
No, he was not. It was me, the Lieutenant Governor. He brought a couple people with him. So when we did go hit the housing additions that I had predetermined we were going to go to, we split up, we divided, and we conquered, and we covered all the houses that we needed to in the time that he had.
What was the response that you received when people opened the door? Were they aware of it? Were they welcoming? Did they like the idea of voting no?
Most of the people that we talked to weren't even aware there was a vote happening. Exactly. The ones that did know weren't quite for sure what it was all about. It's the only thing on the ballot November 4th. And I've even had people hit me up on Facebook saying, I live in Washington Township, so I can't vote. Well, no, yes, you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to live in the town of Avon. If you live in Washington Township, you can vote on this.
Okay, yeah. So Mitchell Osmond's our guest. He's an Avon resident. We're talking about this Avon school referendum. And this is what they do, Casey. He just laid it out.
Right.
Which is nobody knows they're supposed to vote because they don't normally vote in this year. Nobody knows what's going on.
It's the only thing on the ballot.
They think, oh, I don't live in the corporate Avon limits, so I'm not eligible. And that's what the school does. They do it all the time in these referendums. And they come in here in front of us and go, well, it's just a coincidence it all worked out this way. It was for planning purposes. No, that's why people should vote. No, these people are trying to screw you over. They're being deceptive. They know exactly what they're doing. He just encountered it at the doors.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting exactly what they want. And they rig this system in their advantage. All right. Hey, Mitchell, a couple minutes left here with you. I want people to understand how these school referendums actually work. So do you know the actual amount of money the school system is asking for with this referendum?
The actual amount is, the way they word it, the way they want everybody to hear about it, is it's only 33 cents. Well, they put out these low numbers to get people to think, well, that's not that much. Well, it's 33 cents per $100 of the estimated value of your home.
Yeah.
Well,
that's important. When you see these, because it's coming to a town near you very soon.
Mm-hmm.
When you see them talk about cents, they're talking about per $100 of evaluation. So if you were to take, like, Mitchell, can you give us an example? A $300,000 home is nothing today in central Indiana. Can you give us an example of what that would equate to in terms of dollar amount for a $300,000 home?
A $300,000 home, you are looking at, of course, everybody gets their, if you actually live in the home, you don't rent it out, you get $48,000 in homestead credit.
That's right.
Which brings the assessed value down. And then if you get any other deductions, that comes off the top. So let's say a $300,000 home, once you get your deductibles off, you're looking at your assessed value is $151,200. At a tax rate of 33 cents per 100, you're looking at roughly $500 extra every year on top of what you're paying for property taxes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why don't they word it like that, Casey?
Wow.
Why don't they word it? This is my point. This is why we did the segment. These people are always so shifty and shady, and it's 33 cents, and people see 33 cents. I don't think it.
No.
So you're saying your math says a $300,000 home, you'd pay about $500 more a year.
Correct. And a lot of people don't understand when you get into big numbers like that, because Avon's saying that they're lowering the tax burden on you from 35 cents to 33 cents. So since people don't understand big numbers like that, let's use smaller numbers. In 2018, your house was worth $100. So with their referendum, that's 33 cents a year you're paying. Well, we're going to drop that tax rate to 33 cents. But since 2018, your house is now worth $185, which equates to 61 cents.
Yep.
So their deduction is still a tax increase from what you were paying.
Yeah, because it's a percentage of the assessed value. So, Mitchell, the most important thing is if you live in Avon or Washington Township, or if your kid goes to Avon, the Avon school system, you're basically eligible to vote in this. When can people vote? How do they vote? How do they go throw the stake right through the heart of this thing?
Early voting started yesterday. Early voting takes place at the Methodist Church, which is right there at 267 and 36 beside Kroger's. They can vote Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and they can also vote on November 1st from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Election Day vote is November 4th, and that takes place at the Avon United Methodist Church. You can go to the Plainfield Christian Church, the Reddit Bible Church, or you can go to Our Shepherd's Lutheran Church from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, so go vote. Don't wait. Beat it on behalf of humanity and all in Central Indiana. You tell these sneaky school people exactly where to stick it and say it'll humor them if you show up to vote and say, Rob Kendall told me to come. They'll love that.
Sent me.
Mitchell, thanks for what you're doing, man. We appreciate that, and thanks for spending some time with us, and hopefully it goes well for you.
Thank you, guys, and everybody in Washington Township and Avon, get out and let's go vote.
Best of luck. You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, SNAP benefits at risk next month, plus more reaction to Governor Braun calling a special session. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
It's not just cancer care. It's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are. You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Pat Sullivan here, hoping not to spook you, but you could have a clogged drain and not even know it, which could result in a horror story. Have no fear. As part of their Halloween spooky deals, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are offering a $43 mainline snaking plus a free camera inspection. And the best part, if they don't get your drain flowing, it's free. Nothing scary about that deal. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today to schedule an appointment.
Hey guys, it's Rob for our friend Mark Deedle. You know, Indianapolis real estate market is strong, but it's not easy. Now is a good time to sell, only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Deedle Realty. Perhaps you're worried with the challenging market, you won't sell your home for the price it's worth. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Troy in Connorsville had to say about working with Mark Deedle. I was in a real estate challenge. I wanted to sell my home over market value and buy a home near my favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Miraculously, the Mark Deedle team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold my current home in 10 days for $10K over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Deedle 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Okay. So Trump has clarified he doesn't want to be the vice president. Is that right?
This is true. On Monday, he said he will not run as J.D. Vance. He won't run as president. He said it was too cute. And he also ruled out as being Vance's vice president to gain a third term. There was conversations going around that maybe he would try to be Vance's vice president and then Vance would step down and then Trump would become president for a third term.
Which some people think is legal because you can only not be elected more than 2 terms. Right, that's the deal. There appears to be. Now, look, constitutional scholars and legal people would just, obviously this would be a massive deal if he tried to do this, but there is a prevailing theory by many legal folks that he could be appointed president.
Not elected.
Right.
Because the 22nd Amendment says no person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice.
And of course, and I think he kind of alluded to this, even with Trump's inflated ego, he's like, that's probably not going to fly with the American people if I'm on the ticket next time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's a line in the 12th Amendment that says no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of vice president of the United States. However, there's some arguing about that. Hillary Clinton joked about it in 2015, saying that she would consider Bill Clinton as her running mate, but nobody's tried it yet.
Isn't the bigger issue that we even have this conversation? Like, there's 335 or 40 million people in this country, and we're talking about whether one guy can get cute and figure out a way to have a third term as president?
Well, and that's exactly what he said, that he thought that it would be too cute.
One theory on how you might try to serve a third term is that you could run as the vice president.
Yeah, I'd be allowed to do that.
Is it the White House or the White House counsels or your legal position?
No, you'd be allowed to do that, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. And I think it's too cute. Yeah, I would rule that out because it's too cute. I think the people wouldn't like that. It's too cute. It's not. It wouldn't be right.
Okay, so if we put this issue to bed?
I think so. He's saying he wouldn't do it.
But it is really, and I know we get to break here, but it really is, it does kind of lead you to believe, like, has the MAGA movement so taken over the Republican Party that any person, Trump or not, with the Trump name is going to be unacceptable to them? Like, is that where we're at? I mean, it's very bizarre that we're even having this conversation.
Well, the other thing you have to consider is J.D. Vance would have to be on board with that.
Right.
And I don't think that's the case.
All right, so when we come back, Braun and the Republicans tried to boss you around?
Oh, they weren't bossing me too bad.
Oh, it was? Why don't they? So look, I'm back. So we're going to have this conversation because that is ridiculous what they tried to do to you.
Not my bad for even saying anything. This is Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Look, switching point of sale systems is a total nightmare, right? But here's the thing. Shopify POS makes switching easier. A Shopify POS expert, a real human being, helps with setup and data migration. No need to be your own tech support, because with Shopify POS, you get support for free. You'll also get a free card reader and 25% off POS subscription fees. Switching your POS is easier with Shopify. Eligibility requirements apply. To learn more, visit shopify.com/switch now. That's shopify.com/switch now.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years. Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
In 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers studios, who all is getting help with shelter after an early morning fire in Indianapolis, what an Indiana Democratic leader is saying about Governor Braun's call for a special session, and where a man came from trying to meet with a young girl in Indiana. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
A warning to Jamaicans from the National Hurricane Center. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It says, take action now to save your life. That new update comes on Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane that's the strongest ever to hit the island with 180-mile-an-hour winds. Landfall is soon this morning.
What they're going to experience in the southwest part of Jamaica, those potentially, well, they are unsurvivable if you are on that shore.
Well, Fox Weather's Robert Ray is north of that in St. Ann Parish, as many Jamaicans huddled in shelters fearing catastrophic damage and flooding and widespread power outages.
And we will likely lose cell phone data, and the airports will be compromised. And how will that work for the aftermath with aid getting in here?
We're just getting word the U.S. military has taken out 4 more drug boats suspected off the South American coast. It's now 14 targeted in all. In the operation against illegal drug trafficking, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth posts on X, 14 suspected narco-terrorists were killed, and there was 1 survivor. President Trump addressed American troops on an aircraft carrier stationed in Japan.
We stand strong. We stand proud. We will stand taller than we've ever stood before.
Then the president went to dinner with business leaders.
We made a big, beautiful trade deal for both countries.
Fox's Jackie Heinrichs in Tokyo and reports the next stop on the Trump Asia tour is South Korea, where the president will meet with China's leader.
After the two sides agreed to halt China's rare earth export controls for a year, averting Trump's 100% additional terror threat that was set for next week. The president also wants China to stop buying Russian oil and resume buying American soybeans. He also said he would possibly extend his trip if North Korea's Kim Jong-un wants to meet.
It is day 28 of the government shutdown. Another vote in the Senate today may again fail to end the stalemate between Republicans and Democrats over funding. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Impacting more than one family. It's cloudy and 50 on Monument Circle. The high today at 60. I'm Jarrett Lewis. This report is brought to you by Gutter Helmet at 10:02. Early today, a fire damaged 3 homes on North of Delaware Street, just north of downtown Indianapolis. It started in a vacant 2-story house and spread to 2 nearby occupied homes. Indianapolis Fire Department Battalion Chief Rita Wright shares more on what happened.
This house actually happened to be a family home owned by a gentleman whose granddaughter was moving into it. She said that he had owned the house at least since 1981, maybe sooner than that, earlier than that, but she was moving into it.
The Indy Fire Department says no one was injured. Both families evacuated safely and are now receiving help with temporary housing. State Representative Phil Gianquinta is not happy about Indiana Governor Mike Braun calling a special session on redistricting. He calls it a huge waste of time.
And that's the cost of living. They're worried about health care costs. We've got issues that coming down the pipe there. Utility bills are too high. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
He believes lawmakers should be focused on things like the high cost of living and health care, not playing political games with the maps right now. Gianquinta is urging Hoosiers to call their state representatives. A man is in jail after traveling to Indiana to meet with an underage child. Johnette Cruz has the story.
A long-distance online interaction has led to severe charges for a California man in Grant County. Police arrested 26-year-old Kevin Dominguez of Sacramento this week week accusing him of traveling to meet a girl who's 12 years old and had reportedly been chatting with her for several months. Dominguez is currently detained on a $500,000 cash-only bond. He's charged with multiple counts, including level 3 felony child molesting, a crime that carries potentially a sentence of nearly 5 decades in prison if convicted. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the injury report is looking pretty bad for the Indiana Pacers through the opening 3 games, which they are now 0-3. 7 players remain either day-to-day or out as they get ready to face the Mavericks tomorrow. To that end, the Pacers have signed Mac McClung to a multi-year contract. McClung is a 3-time winner of the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Kendall and Casey back in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here. I've got a fall lifesaver for you, gutter helmet. You know what fall means in Indiana? Leaves, piles of them. And if you've got gutters, you've got a problem, unless you've got gutter helmet like I do. I haven't cleaned my gutters in years. Why? Because gutter helmet does the dirty work for me. This isn't just a cover. It's a patented system that allows water to flow through while the debris slides off and your gutters stay clear. No more ladders, no more scooping out soggy gunk. Just peace of mind. Thousands of Central Indiana homeowners have already made the switch. Gutter helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection since 1981. And it's been protecting my home every time it rains. And right now they're offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no interest financing. But don't wait. This deal ends October 31st. Call 800-5HELMET for your free no pressure estimate. That's 800-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
This hour powered by Stevenson Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer, serving Johnson and Morgan counties.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
The audacity of those people. No, wait. Let me say it again.
Okay.
The audacity of those people. I cannot believe they did that. Unbelievable.
I'm not surprised by it. I think they were just trying to direct us to get their message out.
After all the crap that Braun and his people have pulled, how they lied right to our face for months, how they totally screwed us, they know exactly how we feel about them. And they have the audacity to try to big-time you on your content on this show or something posted to the website. Unbelievable.
I don't think they were big-timing me. I think they were trying to big-time our newsroom, which is completely separate. If you're not aware, there are 2 divisions here at WIBC. There's the newsroom and then the talk opinion side. The newsroom...
Yeah, they don't like us and we don't like them.
They try to just give the facts. On the shows, for example, the Kendall and Casey show, yeah, we give you opinion.
Yeah, and it's totally separate. Like, they don't consult us about their... top or bottom of the hour newscast.
Correct.
We don't consult them about show content. Now, we may have a news person on, like we have Brian Hedrick on or John Herrick or whatever, to talk about a news event. But there is no, coordination on what we're doing. They have no control over us. We have no control over them.
Correct. We have different bosses.
Might be better if we had some control over them. But we don't.
No.
Okay, so I leave you alone for one day, and now you're like, what happened?
So yesterday, after Andrew Ireland joined us, Kevin...
State representative.
Yes. I believe it was Kevin who wrote an article on the redistricting.
Yes.
And let me see here. The title of the article, Braun calls special session on redistricting.
So this is Sweet Kevin, our fabulous producer, who has never harmed anyone in his entire life and has always strived for decent and goodness in the broadcasting industry and is not at all controversial.
Correct. He wrote an article. You can find it at WIBC.com.
Yes.
And he kind of just did a synopsis of what's going on with Braun calling the special session.
Sure. The special session, he said he wasn't going to call if there weren't the votes. And the pro tem of the Senate, his spokesperson, has on multiple occasions said they don't have the votes.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So if anybody's being dishonest in this, it's Governor Braun, who promised not to call a special session if he didn't have the votes, and now all of a sudden is calling a special session while one part of the government here in Indiana is saying we don't have the votes.
So yesterday, one of Governor Braun's representatives.
Don't name him.
Spokespeople.
He's a public person. Name him.
Griffin.
Griffin Reed? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Name him. No. He wanted to be a tough guy. Name him.
Okay, so he sent an email to the newsroom and said that he was just catching up on the news of the day, wondering if they plan to contact the House comms team because they have confirmed publicly that they have the numbers and that he thinks that they would confirm as well. And so somebody in the newsroom replied back and said, hey, the piece you're referring to here was done on behalf of the Kendall and Casey show. You need to reach out to them if you want changes.
Right, and you're citing multiple sources, including the spokesperson for Rod Bray, who is the pro tem in the Senate, who said, including yesterday, I read it with my own two little eyes on multiple occasions, on multiple outlets, and it wasn't like they came running out saying, no, we didn't say this. For the second time, a spokesperson for the pro tem in the Senate has said the votes are not there to pass redistricting.
Correct. And so I replied to him and I said, hey, at the time of the publication, it was still being reported that you didn't have the votes. And I attached the link where the Indiana Senate pro tem spokesperson said, quote, the votes still aren't there for redistricting. And then I said, when our show goes on the air Tuesday at 9 a.m., we will report the latest update because it was after we were off the air that House Republican votes said that they do have the votes. So what you've got here is the House saying they have the votes, the Senate saying they don't have the votes for redistricting. In the article that was published at WIBC.com, it says, a spokesperson for Indiana Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray told ABC News on Wednesday that, quote, the votes aren't there for redistricting. So he said nothing about the House. It was correct. That's what was reported. And,
the audacity of these people,
He replied back.
Casey.
He said, thanks for getting back to me. Completely understand. Just wanted to send this along for your story. And this morning I sent him a note and said, hey, would the governor like to come on the show and talk about the status?
Whoa. See, I don't know any of this, and I feel like you deliberately didn't tell me because you knew I would blow a gasket. Like you deliberately, and then you're laughing, which means which is fine. You got to do what
Let's get it from the horse's mouth.
No, yeah. Go back. Can you read that, what he sent to you again? I want you to read that to make sure my ears, because my vision is 20/10, but my hearing is not great. So I want to make sure I heard that
His
correctly.
reply to me?
Yes.
He said, thank you for getting back to me. I completely understand. Just wanted to send this along for your story. All the best.
You rotten,
he was
no good. You people screwed us. You lied to us. You used us. You screwed our listeners over. Your boss looked 1,000 people who were there on our say and said, rolled up his sleeves and said he was going to fight. And you screwed millions of people. And you have the audacity to contact us and say, oh, I just wanted you to have this for your story.
He wanted us to have the House comms people so that we could say that in the House they allegedly have the votes. In the Senate, it is still being reported. Do they have the votes in the Senate? I know Scott Baldwin's on board now.
Well, it seemed like as of yesterday.
What is the whip count?
No. Here's the deal, though. Griffin Reed.
Oh.
That's who it is, right? Griffin Reed, who is listed here as this LinkedIn. He is the press secretary for Indiana Governor Mike Braun. Don't ever email this show. You got something to say? You or your delusional, habitual lying boss, Mike Braun, have something to say? Come in and say it to our face.
Well, that's what I sent him. I said, would the governor like to come in and share with us the latest status?
You'll come on every other show on this radio station, but you don't have the guts to come on ours. Why don't you come in and tell us about the whip count and say it to our face? Don't ever email this show again. We don't care about your insights. We don't care about your suggestions.
What if the answer is yes, that the governor will come on?
Then great, but no more emails.
But
no more emails.
After he says yes.
Is the email that he will come in. That's fine.
One more email, yes or no?
Unless it is, Mike Braun will be here at such and such a time to say it to your face.
Okay.
Then lose our address, buddy.
Okay.
I mean, that is ridiculous. They screwed us. They used us. They lied to us. And then they have the audacity to be like, Oh, we thought you'd like this information for your program.
Would you like to update your article?
Like, what are we going to say? Oh, thanks, Griffin. Yeah, we totally want to carry the water for the governor. We think he's a swell guy. We think he's doing a great job running the state. We totally didn't get completely hosed and made to look like a bunch of idiots because we told people who didn't want to like him to begin with, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, just sign us up for your corrections and editorial comments and suggestions, Griffin. Just send them right over.
I want to share with you something that Adam Wren, our friend of the show, writes for Politico and Importantville. 15 minutes ago, he tweeted this out. Indiana Senate Republicans are expected to caucus by phone at 10 a.m., according to a person briefed on their plans. Ahead of a special session set to start Monday on mid-cycle redistricting, they are said to still not have the votes. That's what the article said.
Let's come back to what's going on here.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of people who are pressuring these lawmakers who don't live in our state. Some guy named D.C. Drano who lives in Florida. Who cares?
Social media influencer.
Like, what normal person is like, crap, D.C. Drano doesn't like me. I better do whatever he wants because he doesn't live in our state. So, but that's what it is. It's all these outside influencers. These people who are on Twitter and everything, like they don't live here.
Well, the biggest outside influencer is the president of the United States.
Sure. And look, I am loath to say anything nice about Rod Bray. And it would tear my insides apart to have to do it. But if he has the ballular area to look Mike Braun right in the eye and say, I warned you, I told you, I essentially pleaded with you not to do this, and you would not listen. The votes are not there. Thank you. Goodbye. That would be the most badass move ever, and I could have nothing but the utmost praise and respect for a guy who did that. Now, I don't think he's going to have the stones to stand up and do it, but that is what he should do. He should look at the governor and say, you are nothing but an errand boy for the president who doesn't give a damn about the state of Indiana. And we have warned you about where our constituents are, and we have warned you about where our legislators are. And you have forced us into this for no reason other than you are afraid of the president of the United States, and you don't have the guts to stand up to him. You don't have the guts to say what's right. You don't have the guts to say what's best for Indiana. So we will do it for you, and I hope you are embarrassed to a level you could never imagine, and we are done here. That would be so amazing, Casey.
Well, if he's steadfast in his convictions, we'll see. But did you notice that there are other people now that are circling the wagons on this? You've got the comptroller who has come out publicly and said that she is for redistricting.
So the comptroller who lost was rejected by the voters when she ran for treasurer, and then was Eric Holcomb's very good friend and was in ads with Eric Holcomb during COVID when he destroyed our state. And she was in ads with him and thought he was doing a great job. And then because she was a loser and lost at the convention, was rejected, then he saved her when the person who had just got elected, the comptroller, quit. Despite the fact that she had just told people, I want 4 more years of this job. Didn't quit for health reasons or family reasons that she divulged. She just quit and took another job somewhere else, in my understanding. He appointed this loser, the comptroller, who was just rejected by the voters. Oh, she has an opinion on the matter. Oh, did I get it right? I mean, did I miss any step in that on who our comptroller, Elise Nishala, actually is? A loser who got rejected by the voters and then got saved by her friend Eric Holcomb, who she said was doing a great job during COVID.
Doesn't have a vote, but yeah.
I just want to make sure I nailed down who Elise Nishala is when she's lifting her voice up, who her friends are, and where she's at on all of this.
You know, at some point we have to address the fact that during Governor Braun's announcement of the special session, he said he also wants to align the state code with federal changes from the One Big Beautiful Bill.
He has to do that.
But they are going to talk about other things besides redistricting.
But he has to do that. They would have done that at the start of... See, this is the people are all up in arms over this. All they're doing... When you file a tax return with the federal government, then you submit it. It goes to the state. I owe X amount to the state. The state does not have the personnel like the federal government does with the IRS. Now, they have people who can look into things, major red flags, etc. But you're working off of a federal tax return. So the states have to mirror what they do with federal law so that it makes sense. Democrat states have to do this, Republican states have to do this. Like, people are up in arms over this, on both ways, and it's like, this is some glorified housekeeping thing. They think they did this the last time when Trump passed the bill when he was president, the tax reform bill. They have to do
It's
this.
like passing a balanced budget.
Yeah, there's not really an option with this. I mean, I guess theoretically they could not line the state tax code up with the federal tax code, but that would cause mass havoc. So this is not a big thing one way or another. All right, we got to talk about the food stamp people, because you made an interesting point about some things, and I hope you'll share them when you come back, your personal experience, because not that you're on food. I'm saying something that you're doing right now, working towards, because of what could be happening because of the changes they're about to make.
With the SNAP benefit. Yeah, expiring. You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Kendall and Casey.
My mom is still receiving Social Security from my father.
Legally?
Yeah.
I don't think they just give it to your family.
No, your spouse can still get it.
Really? I put if you pass away. You know what the next thing that came up?
Did it autofill?
Who gets your Social Security?
Okay, what's the answer?
The main beneficiaries are usually the surviving spouse, children, or dependents.
So I was right.
Eligibility?
Say it!
Maybe.
Oh, say I'm right.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
This month, Pure Talk is supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat vets struggling with PTSD. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. Sure, I like the unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and you will too. But you will love being in business with a company that shares your values. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to DrexelIN.com for details.
Okay, this is fascinating. This is very, very interesting. So, in the most recent election, it's Kendall Casey, I'm Rob, that's Casey. And my buddy Steve and I have been having this conversation on us. My buddy Steve we've mentioned him many times before. He was a former local newspaper writer up in northern Indiana, and he's very knowledgeable about government, and he's like his ability to research, and I mean,
he's a numbers crunching guy.
He's an incredible guy and very interesting. And look, politically we don't agree on a lot of things, but we have fun conversations about data, because one of the things we've kind of determined, and we're currently going back and forth on this, is it's just this debate. We're trying to have like a logical debate with people about the House of Representatives stuff.
That's your first mistake.
And it's an exercise in futility, because people it doesn't matter what info you give to them. Like, I am so frustrated by this, because I keep trying to have a rational conversation with people, and no matter what you refute or show them, they don't want to have it. They have in their mind that there's this big conspiracy in the House because Trump has said it. This is the danger we're in now, where anytime Trump says something, it just becomes the deal. And then everybody, because they're subservient to Trump, just latches onto the thing, no matter how ridiculous it is.
There's subservient, and there's also riding coattails.
No,
I think it's a mix of the two.
Right. So, but the reality on the ground, it's like the thing, and I put this up at Rob M. Kendall. There's finally been a guy who posted that he tried to draw a map in Massachusetts, and he found a way to draw a seat that leans Republican. We posted it for you to see. That's what this Massachusetts boogeyman is. Because we said, Andrew Ireland, none of these people can produce. Micah, Braun, Massachusetts this, Massachusetts that. They can't produce the map. One guy finally found a map that it's like a snake map. You've seen it. You can see it at Rob M. Kendall right now, Casey. If you go there, I've retweeted it.
Yep,
you can see it.
I'm looking for it.
It's a totally gerrymandered district that, quote unquote, Trump won in 24. But it's everything they claim to bitch about, like in Massachusetts. Look at that district, the way it arcs up. But anyway, the point is they found a district that would be a toss-up based on Trump being on the ballot. Now, keep in mind, Republicans down ballot normally
weren't as successful as Donald Trump.
He wouldn't be on the ballot this time. But you found a district that might be competitive. That's Braun and Micah and Andrew Ireland's boogeyman. Is they found a district in Massachusetts that if you drew it in favor of the Republicans, which why would Democrats do that? Republicans don't do that here. Might go to the Republicans. Probably not, but could go to the Republicans. That's the best they can do. That's their Massachusetts boogeyman. Now, statistically, so I went to Ballotpedia, and because my buddy Steve was tweeting out about this, and the Republicans in 2024 nationwide won 49.7% of the total vote for the House of Representatives. So nationwide, like how many votes were cast in favor of Republican candidates for U.S. House? How many were cast in favor of the Democrat? Nationwide, Republicans won less than 50% of the vote, 49.7%. They hold 50.6% of the seats in the House. How many votes should Republicans be getting in the House when nationwide they didn't win 50% of the vote? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they already have more seats than votes they won. We live in this illogical thing. First of all, we act like Democrats are the only people who gerrymander. Every state gerrymanders in favor of one way or another. But nationwide, the House votes match basically what the nationwide vote was, slightly leaning in favor of the Republicans. So what? Should there be 70% of the House votes with less than 50% of the vote should be a Republican? Well, what is the number?
Yeah, well, that's what people think, right? He won 49.7%, or Republicans won 49.7%, but they should have a larger amount.
Yeah, I mean, Democrats
of representation.
Democrats won 47.2% of the votes nationwide. They have 49.4% of the seats. They're in the minority. There's basically you're never going to make it match up vote for vote, percentage identical. But that's pretty darn close.
Pretty equitable.
And this is where it's so frustrating, which is you have people who have so bent a knee to party or ideology, and in this case the ideology is subservience to Trump, that all logic and reason goes out the window, and it doesn't matter what you tell them. It doesn't matter that we have now basically proven you can't draw a Massachusetts map where there's all these Republican seats. The seats mirror the nationwide voting, and it's slightly in favor of the Republicans. There always has to be, and this is the trend with Trump, they always have to be a victim. There always has to be a boogeyman. There always has to be someone to blame. It always has to be somebody else's fault. It always has to be we're just this away, which is really not even Trump. The Republicans have been doing this. It is Trump, but the Republicans have been doing this for years. Remember when Obama was president? Just get us the House, we'll repeal Obamacare. Oh, we couldn't do it, we need the Senate. Just get us the Senate, we'll repeal Obamacare. They get the Senate. Oh, we just need the presidency. Hey, is Obamacare still the thing? It is still the thing.
Yeah.
And they got all of those things, and each time they were asked to get those things, they didn't follow through. And now the new thing is, well, there's not 60 votes in the Senate. There's always somebody else's fault. There's always somebody else to blame. They never look in the mirror and say, you know what? It's us.
Well,
we failed.
The rush to do this is because of midterms.
Sure. They can't win the votes. They can't win by governing because they cater to special interest. They cater to donors and lobbyists. They cater to, in this state, they cater to government people like they did on property taxes versus you. So they can't win this huge majority of people in these, other districts. And so instead of just saying, how do we do that better? They go, well, we'll just change the maps, which means they'll never get any better.
And then are they going to change them again after midterms?
Well, sure. They're going to have to, because once they alter these maps to make these districts more democratic, and once they get Trump off their ass, because once he's out of there, he ain't going to care anymore, they'll go back to the way they were, because all they're going to do is make these districts more swing districts, and they don't want to lose the districts. That's the crazy thing about all this. In a couple of years, they'll go right back. Anyway, I just want to point that out, that
somebody did create a map.
They got maybe one district that went for Trump but was very close and probably would underperform and go Democrat, but that's the best they could do. And nationwide, the U.S. House almost mirrors identically the percentage of votes Republicans got, slightly in their favor in 2024.
You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Nearing a month long. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 10:30 now. Today is day 28 of the government shutdown, and Democrats are standing firm in their demand for the Affordable Care Act tax subsidies to be extended. Fox Business's Grady Trimble.
Subsidies for his hallmark Obamacare legislation are at the heart of the government shutdown. It all started in 2010 when Obama signed it into law, promising it would make insurance more affordable and more accessible. Now, Republicans argue Obamacare has done the opposite. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says permanently extending expanded Affordable Care Act subsidies would increase the budget deficit by around $350 billion in the next decade.
But Democrats have argued that pales in comparison to the tax cut law passed by Republicans earlier this year, which is set to add more than $4 trillion to the federal budget deficit over the same time period. President Trump continuing his Asia tour, meeting with the new Japanese Prime Minister, the two leaders securing a critical minerals deal. President Trump also announced to troops aboard the USS George Washington that the first batch of missiles for Japan's F-35 fighter jets is arriving next week ahead of schedule. This comes as the U.S. and Japan face rising tensions with China. ICE is undergoing a leadership shakeup. The Trump administration is replacing many senior leaders with Border Patrol officials in a push to ramp up deportations. Up to 12 ICE chiefs are being removed and being assigned elsewhere, a move spearheaded by Corey Lewandowski. Deportation numbers are over 500,000 since President Trump took office. And Elon Musk is out with his version of Wikipedia. His company, XAI, launched Grokpedia this week. Grokpedia's content is generated by AI and tries to be neutral compared to Wikipedia, who Musk claims has a left-wing bias. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
It's that time of year again when the leaves turn, the days get shorter, and you hear a lot about Medicare open enrollment. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the options, you're not alone. Original Medicare, Advantage plans, Part D, Medigap, it's a lot to sort through. And making the wrong choice can cost you more than just your financial confidence. That's where Howard Bailey Financial comes in. At Howard Bailey, we don't just help you pick a Medicare plan. We help you make a more confident choice with your full financial picture in mind. Our team has licensed Medicare professionals backed by experienced financial advisors, all working together to help you retire with purpose. Get started by texting CARE to 888-494-5004 to speak with the Howard Bailey team and start your Medicare conversation today. At Howard Bailey Financial, we make Medicare simple so you can focus on enjoying the season, not stressing about it. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Hi, this is Richard Stevenson. Is your furnace ready for the winter? Give us a call, 317-557-8532.
Stevenson Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
Okay, so you made an interesting point a few minutes ago, and I want to delve into this because it just had not even dawned on me.
Yeah.
And that is the media, the liberals are having an aneurysm over the fact that some people might have to get off their ass and go to work because the SNAP benefits are expiring
on November 1st
as of the government shutdown. Now, isn't it amazing? They're far more up in arms over the SNAP benefits expiring than the military people or the
who aren't collecting paychecks.
Getting paid, right?
Yeah.
But look, this is utterly ridiculous. So what is the number of people on the SNAP benefits?
They say 42 million recipients across 22 million households are going to lose benefits starting November 1st.
42 million people in a country of 335 or 40 million or whatever the number is now. So I'm going to do a little quick public school math here if you'll indulge me, right?
Yeah.
So if you took 42 and you divide it by 3, let's say 335, that's almost 13% of our population is on government assistance. Now, look, I am not disputing that there are people who need help in this country. I'm not disputing there are people who have disabilities that prohibit them from working or that it causes, family members to have to take care of them so they can't work. I'm not disputing that. But do we really believe that that is 13% of our population? Do we really believe that 13% of our population is so disabled that they can't take care of themselves, or they don't have family members who can, take care of themselves in some capacity? Look, we talk about our sweet friend Michael, who we love, who has cerebral palsy, who's our mega fan. We love you, Michael. We know you're listening today. He listens every day. We love Michael. He made us these fabulous paintings. We posted the picture of one of the things Michael can still do and do very well is he can paint pictures with his hands, and he made us these incredible pictures. It sits right on the, on my desk. Right when I get into my office now. It's great. People like him, absolutely.
Yeah.
They have no ability to provide for themselves. His parents have to help take care of him, and I understand that. But let's face it, we would be totally naive and kidding ourselves if we said that there are not a lot of people in this country who are capable of taking care of themselves, at least in some capacity, and are simply able to not do that because of how we have exploded government benefits, especially during COVID and afterwards.
So in May of this year, $7.8 billion in benefits were distributed. The average household benefit was $351.28. Now, if you're
how much? What was the number?
$351.28. And
that's monthly?
Yes.
Okay.
A four-person household with a $1,500 net income would receive about $554 a month.
So one of the things you mentioned, which is fascinating, because of course we saw this during COVID, people go insane during times of crisis, and they can't just
hoarding the toilet paper, for an example.
Possibly. By the way, I still have, you'll love this, sweet, amazing Terry Stacy, when the COVID thing happened, she somehow got toilet paper. So the toilet, you've worked in many big offices. The toilet paper they had here was not great.
Very thin.
It's the Econo toilet paper. And she somehow got a whole bunch of it, and she was like, hey, here, do you want this? And I was like, well, hey, in case of emergency or what, because you don't know how long people are going to be insane. Like, I'll keep it. And I've kept that giant, it's not a roll like it's rolled up like you'd get at the store. It's like you see at a toilet at a public restroom. I've kept that as a COVID souvenir for 5.5 going on 6 years now, as a reminder of how ridiculous COVID actually got. And so everywhere, I still have it in my house as a reminder of how ridiculous it is. But you had made a good point, which is during COVID, for the most part, she was my girlfriend at the time, but I did not let my wife, for the most part, go to the store. Now, occasionally she had to, but it was like, people are insane. People are nuts. I'm going to go deal with this, so that you don't have to. And you made a good point. We may see some of this again if these people who desperately don't want to work aren't able to get these benefits, because it's never the good people, the decent people who deserve it, who do these sorts of things for the most part. It's always the people who believe they're entitled to something and they're mad it's going to be taken away from them. You may run the risk of seeing it again.
Well, I've seen more and more people on social media saying that, I'm still going to go to the grocery store. I'm still going to get my food and supplies, and you're not going to stop me, even if I don't have my benefits anymore. Meaning they're just going to go in and take it.
Well, they've been rewarded in a lot of places in these major cities that we've seen, where people just go in and steal stuff, and the drugstores or whatever just let them go. Now, you made a good point, though. Your daughter lives in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And you've sent your husband on a mission out there to say, Jim, you have to go to the store and stock up for her because you don't want her going to the store.
Well, I want to make sure that she's safe. Hopefully the government will reopen back up, and this won't be an issue. But I told him he's going to be going there, and I said, your job while you go there is to make sure that she is loaded up on groceries, gas, and her prescriptions, so that I don't have to worry about it. Now, one thing that you have to consider about this message to him is, I was thinking of this because of this guy and what he had to say.
Bro is waiting in the dispensary parking lot, asking people if they have any spare roaches. I don't think y'all understand. The crash out levels is about to go through the roof. No food stamps equals no to less weed money. Like, y'all about to have people out here hangry and sober. That's a diabolical combination. Because the food money got to come out of some budget, and that's the first one it usually comes from. All I'm saying is just be nicer to people in these coming days, because that blunt and those snacks may have been the only thing stopping your coworker from putting you first in line for a meet and greet with God Almighty.
So in Baltimore, marijuana is legal, and you can smell it everywhere. And when I saw that video, I thought, okay, if that's true and people are going to be a little upset, hangry, as he put it, I want to make sure my kid is safe.
Okay, that's probably accurate, but it's also pathetic, right? Think about it. That's where we're at as a society. And one of the things that we have refused to address is that our society collectively, I'm not even talking from like a moral standpoint, I'm talking just from a structural standpoint, is so broken that you're going to see some of these things on full display. Again, we should be having a conversation. Why is 13% of our population on some sort of government assistance? But we're not having that conversation. The conversation isn't about, which is what a government shutdown should be about. It should be like, this is ridiculous. There's no reason for 13% of the population to be on government assistance. Why aren't we fighting for that? No, they're like, oh, everybody's going back on once we reopen the government, because all we did was fund the Biden spending levels, and the Republicans. My dad and I were talking about this yesterday when we were driving home, and I said, one of the things that the Republicans are up against, which is fascinating, is the greatest thing they have at their disposal they can't use because they'd have to admit to their base what they are, which is, hey, Democrats, all we're doing is funding Joe Biden's government. But they can't do it because if they say it out loud, they have to admit that they've lied to their base again, which is that what they do all the time. And so they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place because the greatest weapon at their disposal, they can't use. Our society, our government, structurally is so broken. We are cratering towards insolvency. This stuff is going to start happening more and more frequently. And all we're talking about doing is ways to keep it going or make it worse.
Well, here's something to consider as you're talking about insolvency. SNAP cost $100.3 billion last year.
How much?
$100.3 billion. Jeez. But that's less than 2% of the federal budget.
Yeah. I mean, you're running, your interest is like approaching $1 trillion annually, what we pay like out the window. Think about when you pay your mortgage, right? And I got the OCD, so this really bothers me, that when I pay my mortgage, I hate that such a large portion of it goes to nothing. Like it goes to the bank, right? Or to the lender. And that really bothers me because I'm like, I'm just throwing this into the abyss, right? It doesn't do anything to help me. It just helps some, large corporation that's managing my loan. And that's essentially what we're doing because our spending has been so irresponsible. Think about how many people $1 trillion could feed, how many military members it could pay, and we're just lighting it on fire because we won't get our spending in this country under control. It's never going to stop.
Yeah, it's just another arrow to the dysfunction that is happening in D.C. Look at the government shutdown that's going on.
All right, what are we doing next? What's going on?
Well, we could talk about Donald Trump saying that he had an MRI at Walter Reed Medical Center while he was there. That was kind of news to everybody.
Okay, yep.
Or Brian Kelly got fired from LSU.
Well, we got to take a victory lap on that as Notre Dame fans, don't we?
I think so. It is Kendall Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Coming up on Tony Katz today, President Trump's trip to Asia, shutdown madness continues, and exactly how many people is Amazon firing? That's all after the news at noon on 93 WIBC.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Life Church. Life Church has 4 campuses across Central Indiana: Noblesville, Fishers, Eagle Creek, and Pendleton. And if you're looking for a new church home or first church home, Life Church would love the opportunity to meet and welcome you and your family. And the great thing about Life Church is they make it super simple for you. You can check it out all out online for yourself, so you never even have to leave the comfort of your home to see what's going on with Life Church. Check them all out. Learn more about it all on the web, lifechurchin.com.
It's not just cancer care, it's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are. You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Transform your home with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. You can say goodbye to cracked, stained, and dirty old floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time, and you get to pick out the color. Upgrade your home today by calling Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios, and they come with a lifetime warranty and one-day professional installation. The phone number, 877-417-0635. You can find them online, too. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
See a wreck on 465? Find a new pothole on your way to work? You can let Matt Bear know and help out your fellow travelers. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393 and join the text club.
Okay. We got a lot of important stuff going on in the world right now and here in Indiana. But this next story has my undivided attention. I'm so enthralled by this. Tell me all about it.
So we'll talk about Trump's MRI and Brian Kelly later. I mentioned this, and you're like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, no, this is great. It's Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob. That's Casey. Okay, go ahead.
Single people are paying $200 each to hold each other in dark rooms.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. Single people, they're paying $200 to hold each other in dark rooms. So they've got like these dimly lit rooms with candles around and
so you
red cushion chairs arranged in pairs.
Yeah.
And people, strangers who are single, we're supposed to be single anyway, walk in, and the whole point is to just go hold someone. And they're paying, it's like a cover charge. That's what they're doing.
Okay, I feel like I missed a step here.
It's called The Feels. And it started at Columbia University.
Where's this at?
It's now gone nationwide.
Oh,
it's a nationwide business.
Are they a franchise?
Events held in cities across the United States. And the person who created it, Alfie Hoffman, says that they believe that modern dating is broken due to the macro level forces like capitalism, technology, and pop culture.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I still don't understand where the I must pay to go into a dark room and hold a stranger comes in.
There's 2 different levels, by the way, in pricing.
Oh.
You can pay level 1. You can pay between $90 and $100.
Yeah.
You don't take a survey and you don't get personalized matching. Or you can up it to $200, and that includes a pre-event survey to match with participants based on emotional intelligence and spiritual attunement.
So it's like a dating app, but in person.
But it's not really dating. It's just to cuddle.
Oh, I don't get to talk to you?
Well, you can if you want.
Why would I need to connect with you if I can't talk to you?
because you want to be held. You want some physical touch. Attendees have shared feelings like, I feel seen, and I'm more at ease in my body, and I was warmly renewed.
Wait. I feel like I missed a step here.
No,
So
you're
wait,
not.
let me understand. Because I'm not. I mean, I guess I'm being judgy, but so you pay money.
Mm-hmm.
You go to this dark room.
Correct.
You find a stranger.
Uh-huh.
You cuddle with them.
Correct. You got it.
Why? But why would you pay the money? What you like?
Because if you're...
Do you know how many drinks $100 could buy? I could find someone.
You could get more than a hug.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? I mean,
Possibly.
I feel like you're really selling yourself short if you're. I mean, $100. That's you can do a lot of damage with $100.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the feels, which is what this place is called.
Yeah.
They say it's less about finding the one and more about learning tools for deeper connection.
Aren't there like forum boards or the dating app? They charge for these dating apps. Is it cost money to be on them?
They're usually free.
Yeah,
it is.
Like
it is.
Hinge
Yeah.
or something.
You don't
Yeah,
have to- the popular ones are free.
How do they make money? They sell ads or something? How
Well,
does
so
a dating app make money?
You can pay for a premium account, and I think you get access to certain things like different filters.
Oh, is it
and
like
stuff
LinkedIn?
Like that.
Yeah.
It's like, but are there ads on these dating sites like brought to you by
Sometimes
Coca-Cola or
occasionally you'll get an
because they got to make
ad.
money somehow.
Product placement.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Sure.
I was thinking some other things, but this is a family program, and I didn't want to things that were popping into my head. I didn't want to
Yeah.
throw out there.
Thank you.
I'll tell you off the air once we get to the
Okay.
commercial break what I
Yeah.
thought would be good product placement. You're like, can't wait to get away from this guy. You realize you've almost made it 4 years?
I know.
You're closing in on 4 years.
The season 3 finale of Indianapolis is a banger.
I don't understand why people are paying for this. I don't get what you're getting. I mean, I'm not saying this to be okay, but you're not even supposed to be getting handsy with the person. Like it's just you're supposed to, like,
Just go and be held.
yeah.
Just go.
It's like a Mellencamp song. Everyone needs a hand to hold on to. That's
Yeah.
Mellencamp, right?
I wonder if there's stipulations
Don't
on
need
what
to
you can
be no
hold.
strong hand.
Like, is this just a long embrace, a long hug? Can you?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Can
I've
you
never
hold
heard
their
of this.
knee?
Kevin, what is the age range of these people? Does it say is there a target? Is there
I
like
imagine it's Gen Z-ish, 1834, people who aren't going out anymore to meet people.
So, Kev, would you be are there any in Indianapolis? Does it say?
No, not yet.
Kev,
It'll come.
If they have one here and Casey and I are willing to pay the fee, would you go to this for us for the show?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably stroll down there.
Yeah,
after,
I mean,
after the shift.
No, I mean, you can't just stroll down there. You have to go in and be a part of the. We want the whole thing.
experience.
Like
You probably have to sign some sort of waiver that you can't record your experience.
Yeah, you
too.
can't talk about it. in
Oh
public.
no!
You can talk about it. You just can't videotape it.
Yeah, no. I'm saying
right?
if they have one here, Case, would you? It'd be 50
Oh,
each.
I'd be up for that.
We would probably be willing to do.
Well, we'd have to go at least 45 to get the minimum entrance.
Oh, it's 90
fee.
to get in.
90.
So we'd have
yeah.
to give $45.
Uh-huh.
But you have to stay the whole time. You can't just like go in there and like be like, oh, there were a bunch of Broad Ripple threes and I'm out of here.
Well, how long of a session is this?
I think it's however long you want. You just go in.
We want you to cuddle with at least 3 people. That we'd have to come up with some sort of like numbers, like a bare minimum that we would want you to cuddle with.
Right?
Yeah.
This sounds like the creepiest thing ever.
The creator said that her dream is for participants to carry the practices into their everyday life, asking open questions,
Sure.
offering longer hugs,
Yeah.
and reflecting presence. You have to be very present while you're doing
I did this in Broad Ripple for years for all those
and
things.
you only got charged with like a $5 cover.
Oh, there was, oh no, yeah.
There's not even cocktails involved in this.
Oh, I was going to ask, is there any like?
No.
I don't think Gen Z doesn't really drink.
That's true. They're just somebody's creating ways for Gen Z to meet people.
This is rotten. This is just rotten and horrible beyond belief.
Somebody saw a need and is trying to fill it. It is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help.
I'm excited to start the new chapter of my life. I'm going to be moving 2 states away to be with my husband. Simple Quarters did not drag anything out. Simple Quarters wanted to get this done as quickly as I did, which was fantastic. I had the offer, I believe, within 2 hours of them coming through and doing the walkthrough. It just couldn't have worked out better. It really couldn't have.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your healthcare too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
There's one name for every home system: Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers studios, how early firefighters were at a home north of downtown Indy this morning, what ice may be doing at the Indianapolis airport, the possibility of rain and colder temperatures coming in the state in the next few days, and who the Pacers are adding to their backcourt to help out with injuries. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 11 o'clock.
It's extremely dangerous, a life-threatening situation. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The National Hurricane Center in a new update tells Jamaicans take cover now. Go under a mattress, maybe even wear a helmet, as Hurricane Melissa keeps strengthening.
It is terrifying to see these advisories and what is coming here.
Fox Weather's Robert Reyes in St. Anne Parish, Jamaica.
When this landfall occurs very, very soon, in the next hour or so, it will go down as one of the strongest landfalls ever in world history since data has been recorded. We're talking about winds of 185 miles per hour, twisting in and destroying everything in sight.
Another concern is storm surge and 3 feet of rain or more causing catastrophic flooding. The U.S. military's gone on the attack again off the South American coast.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says 3 lethal strikes were carried out in the Eastern Pacific on 4 vessels he alleges were being operated by designated terrorist organizations. The latest strikes bring the total to 13 by the Trump administration on alleged drug boats. 14 people were killed with 1 survivor, bringing the total number of deaths to 57.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. President Trump's trying to get his criminal conviction thrown out. His legal team filed an appeal in New York calling last year's trial the most politically charged prosecution in U.S. history. Trump was found guilty in Manhattan of falsifying business records related to payments to keep an alleged affair he denies quiet during the 2016 campaign. It is midnight where the president is now in Japan, where he signed trade and defense deals.
Takaishi also displayed a huge Ford F-150 truck in the courtyard of the palace where they met, reportedly drawing praise from President Trump, who has complained that there aren't enough American cars in Japan.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Tokyo, talking about the new prime minister who met with President Trump in their talks today. The next stop on the Trump trip to Asia will be South Korea, where he'll meet with China's leader. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An early morning fire in Indy. Cloudy and 51 on Monument Circle. Today's high right at 60. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending now at 11:02. Firefighters responding just before 6 a.m. this morning to a fire at a home on North Delaware Street, which is just north of downtown Indianapolis. The fire started in a vacant house and then spread to two neighboring homes. Here's Battalion Chief Rita Wright.
Exposures on either side sustained significant damage, and those families will certainly be displaced, and we are working with them for shelter.
The fire started in a home that was vacant, but in the process of being moved into by the homeowner's granddaughter. The family has owned that house for about 30 years. The Indianapolis Airport Authority says ICE is using the Indy Airport as much as 3 times per week. The IAA confirmed they are working in a facility within the airport's International Arrivals Building, which is located across the property's airfield, separate from commercial airline passengers. Now, what ICE is doing exactly at the airport is not clearly known, and the federal government is not required to inform airport officials about how often and for how long ICE operations occur at the airport. Indianapolis International is federally regulated as a public use airport, so IAA must comply with FAA regulations. Temperatures in Indiana sticking to the 50s today with some colder air expected soon.
Rain chances on Wednesday and some higher gusty winds as low pressure is moving through the area.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there's a chance of rain mainly in the southern parts of the state this week. Colts head coach Shane Steichen on what has Jonathan Taylor playing at an otherworldly level this season.
I think I keep going back to the O-line. I mean, those guys are the holes they're creating. When you watch the tape and you watch the coach's copy, I mean, it's as impressive as it gets.
Taylor has rushed for 12 touchdowns this season and is already approaching 1,000 yards rushing through 8 games. The Colts will be on the road at Pittsburgh this Sunday, a place that they have struggled at in recent years. And the Indiana Pacers are taking advantage of an extra rest day today. They will face the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow on the road. The team currently 0-3, and the injury report keeps getting worse. 7 players are listed as either day-to-day or out. That has forced the team to sign guard Mac McClung to a contract. McClung only has a few NBA games under his belt and is more known for being a 3-time slam dunk champion. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Willis Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals. This hour powered by Stevenson Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer, serving Johnson and Morgan counties.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
So, okay, I'm going to ask this question.
Okay.
Because nobody can explain this to me. What do we get if we get 2 more Republicans from Indiana in the House of Representatives? Like, what do I get? Because I'm starting to ask this question now. What do the Republicans do for me or my family? I know how my family has been affected by decisions they made in the past. What do I get? What is everybody so excited about, think they're going to get with 2 more Republicans in the House of Representatives?
Well, they're trying to keep boys out of girls' sports. They're trying to stop the mutilation of young children. Let's see. What else?
Now, you're going exactly where I want to go with
Well,
this.
that's the argument, right? It's the social issues.
It's pathetic. Like, those are all, like the men and the women's restrooms or whatever. Like,
there's another one.
That's all states. There's a couple things on this. One, that's your state legislature, which if you don't like something going on here, you have the Republicans to blame. But all I keep hearing from people are these. There's nothing good. They have nothing good to say about the Republicans in terms of anything other than, like, it all comes back to trans or the bathroom or the whatever. And I'm hearing this going, would you listen to yourselves? All people have to offer is when they vote is fear. It's fear of the other side. There's nothing they can point to with the Republicans and go, the country has run swimmingly under Republican leadership. Our state is doing so well. Affordability of living is so, like, none of that. All they have to go back on, and I'm not even blaming these. I mean, I am blaming these people because at some point you got to stand up for yourself and say, these people must lose in order for this to get better. And I'm sick of just the slower walk to the abyss rather than the sprint. But, like, that's where we're at, and it's not registering with people that how long are you going to accept this? That's all you have to hang your hat on with the Republicans are, I'm worried my kid's going to become a furry?
Well, there is the potential that if the Democrats had the majority, they would impeach Donald Trump.
Okay, but we've been through that. It takes 60 votes in the Senate. We're clearly finding it takes 60 votes in the Senate. They've never been close on that. If the American people don't want Donald Trump impeached, then that would be a great campaign issue for them to run on. I see this exercise, and it's so exhausting because we're throwing all logic and reason out the window, which is, hello, the Republicans have had control of the federal government. I mean, when you go back to, I think, 1995, so 30 years now, an overwhelming number of those years, the Republicans have had control of the House of Representatives. Let's see, they didn't between, 06 and 10. I think they didn't have it. So there's 4 years. And then I think 18 to 22, they didn't have it. So there's 4 years. I thought the number I saw of the past 30 years, it was something like 22 or 24 of those years, the Republicans have had control of the House of Representatives. So an overwhelming majority, whether the number is 20 or 22 or whatever it is, 22 or 24, whatever the number is. But yet we keep claiming about these rigged maps, but you're still in charge of everything. And what have you done with the power? You've squandered it time and time and time and time again. And yet here we are going, well, it's not fair. But it must be pretty fair because it basically mirrors the national vote, the current U.S. House representation, and you've had it the majority of the time. So the Democrats are doing a bad job of rigging, if indeed they've totally rigged the system. So what do I get? What do I get? That's my question on everything now. What's in it for me? What do I get?
Yeah, things aren't going to be cheaper.
No, they're not.
No. Gas won't be cheaper, at least not here in Indiana.
Nope.
Let's see. Your property tax bill's going to keep going up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So nothing. So that's where we're at in our society. And I realize this is like my dad and I, we had many conversations yesterday, and I just kept coming back to this. I said, I am so frustrated because I feel like I am this guy who, like, if there was some guy who could have seen the Titanic going towards the iceberg, right? Who could have somehow waved his hands and said, no, you got to turn this ship. You got to slow it down. You got to like, I feel like that is me. And yet all I get from that amongst some people is just hatred for being the guy waving his hands going, no, we shouldn't accept this. This shouldn't be okay. You shouldn't give in to these people. Like, you shouldn't. Why do we keep accepting this? Why are we okay with mediocrity? It's not even mediocrity, it's below mediocrity. Why are we okay with letting these people lie to us and deceive us in this disingenuous, hypocritical behavior? By the way, did the Bronze people get back to you about coming on the show?
Let me check. I don't think so. No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So they were willing to boss you around about how you should do your show. So if you missed it last hour, we talked about how Mike Braun's people got mad at Casey for reporting the truth and tried to boss her around and tell her how to do the show. And so she responded and said, well, why didn't he come on the show and tell us? And they don't want any part of that.
Yeah, actually, I think they were trying to boss Kevin around.
Well.
And I'm not going to stand or sit for that.
Mike Braun is a gutless, pathetic coward. You know, I was talking with somebody earlier, and they were right. Remember on January 6th where he was a real Billy badass? This is Mike Braun. And this person says, I was like, you know what? You're right. Mike Braun was a real Billy badass on January 6th about the problems with the election and not certifying the election until those people came into the Capitol. Mm-hmm. And as soon as people came in the Capitol, you know what he did? He turned and ran with the rest of them. Oh, no, we got to certify it. Well, what difference does whether somebody's in the Capitol have to do if you think the election was rigged? If you think the election was altered? If you think that shenanigans happened? Who cares whether these people misbehaved? Why would you give in? That was when you saw what Mike Braun actually was. And when he went on Tucker Carlson and when he tried to play to the woke mob, and that's who Mike Braun is. He's a pathetic, disgusting, cowardly, meek person. It's why he lets Micah boss him around. He gets, I think James Briggs described it as something like, he said, Mike Braun has worked his whole life only to get head pats from his lieutenant governor. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's so true. Mike Braun just wants to be in power. It's disgusting. And that's what's happening here. It's why he's lost control of the situation, because he didn't take a definitive stance from the beginning. He should already be done with this one way or another now. He should have had a definitive stance from the beginning. Okay, we'll call the special session. Let's have the votes. I'll respect the will. Or we're not having the votes. The people don't want it. We're done here.
I think he planned all along to wait till November.
No. I think he was hoping it would go away.
Yeah.
It's the same thing he did with property taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we begged him? We were like, bro, you got to stop doing these fireside chats, and you got to grow a pair, and you got to start pounding your fist, and you got to tell people what's up and what the consequence. Now,
he was going to give it one good shot.
Yeah, we naively. Kev, can we find...
What are you looking for? You're going to have to go back a ways, aren't you?
Kev, can we find the Chris Hansen, Mike Braun clip? No. I feel like it's worthy of bringing it back out. It's just, can you let me? Okay, Kev has it. So after Mike Braun lied to all of us and screwed us on the property tax, of course he screwed us on energy bills and many other things, but the property taxes, we finally just came to the conclusion that Mike Braun, like the rest of these Republicans, is just a gutless, lying financial predator. And we said, if you need to catch a predator, you have to send in the best. Mm-hmm. And so we came up with what a sit down with famed journalist Chris Hansen might look like.
I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
What is your plan here tonight?
We cannot accept rising property taxes as an unfortunate fact of life, or explore every avenue to reduce the burden on hard-working Hoosier families.
How would we do this?
I guarantee you that we're going to give it one good shot at getting that back in place where it needs to be.
This does not look very good for you.
We got a lot over the finish line in the last 2 to 3 days, which was basically late last week.
Let's see if any of this sounds familiar while you enjoy your pizza.
We can let government inefficiencies impede our success, or reshape government to sincerely serve the people. How about that?
Has that line ever worked for you before?
So I campaigned on this, made it the #1 issue.
You see how this looks.
In a state like Indiana, your veto means nothing other than symbolic, and there's no guarantee that you get anything out of it.
So if there's anything else you want people to know, anything you want to say, now would be a good time to say it.
Too many seniors and young families are getting priced out of their homes due to runaway property taxes. I heard it for 2 years on end.
How does this look? How does that look? If you were me, what would you think?
You can make that point. I respect it.
There's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen. And this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
I will be signing it, yes.
So remember in that was when he was asked about the special session.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Governor, you can go fight for us in a special session, and even if you fail, we'll at least love you for trying. Oh, no, there's no point in a special session. That's a big waste of time. Now, remember, he doesn't have the votes here according to his own Senate leadership. He doesn't have the votes, and he's fighting for that. That's what he thinks of you, a habitual, lying, disgusting, cowardly, meager man. That's who Mike Braun is.
It is Kendall Casey on 93 WIBC.
One of the most remarkable relationships in the entire world.
93 WIBC.
He doesn't think Hoosiers appreciate politicians telling them what to do.
What happens next?
14,000 jobs will be lost.
Happens here.
70 firefighters from 7 different stations
Stay in the know
work to bring the fire under control
while you're on the go.
2 to 3 feet of precipitation, maybe even 4 feet of rain.
Cooler weather is going to stick around because, after all, it is fall.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits. This month, Pure Talk is supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat vets struggling with PTSD. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. Sure, I like the unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and you will too. But you will love being in business with a company that shares your values. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to DrexelIN.com for details.
You know, I can't believe we didn't give it to the GOP fall dinner last night.
Neither did the media. In fact, they got uninvited.
So, okay, let's talk about a couple of things for a second. The GOP has their big fall dinner. They had some guy speak who I'd never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Abdul was saying that the attendance was not great or that they were having trouble selling all the tickets. So we'll have him on tomorrow to go into this.
Did Abdul get in?
No, they told Abdul they wouldn't let him in. No.
No,
so
he didn't.
This is fascinating. They essentially banned the media, or at least multiple members of the media reported that they did not allow the media to cover the event, including Abdul said that, Nikki Kelly said that.
Right.
There were other people who I saw posted that. So nothing says transparency.
Right.
Okay.
It's an exclusive event.
Nothing says transparency and red flag like two things, Case. One, deleting old things.
Mm-hmm.
And two, locking the media out and saying, we don't want you to see what we're doing in here.
Correct.
So they had some guy, you got to have some big name speak at your event. I never even heard of this guy, and I feel like I follow politics pretty closely. Some dude I never even heard of was the speaker.
RNC chair? Isn't that his title?
Oh, honey, stop everything we're doing. Some guy we've never heard of who's the RNC chair is speaking. I feel like I follow politics pretty closely, and if you would ask me who the RNC chair is, I don't think I would have known. But yet he was their featured speaker. Maybe that's why the tickets weren't doing great.
I know Tony Katz had him on his show yesterday in advance of his presentation.
Apparently he didn't wow enough people to really want to go out and gobble up the remainder of the tickets.
Where I believe he said it's not a big deal about redistricting.
He said that on Tony's show?
No, he said it at the dinner.
Oh, maybe that's why they didn't want people covering.
Right?
Yeah, because Abdul came in and told us that people were reporting that he said that it wasn't no big deal about redistricting. Now, that doesn't mean he did say it. We don't know. We couldn't get in to see the event. But,
Kevin, can you play number 1 for us? This was what was going on outside of the Indiana Republican Party fall dinner.
Those 9 lunatics screaming at them probably made all the difference. Yeah, no doubt they saw those and were like, "Woo, look." But
Joe Grutters is his
Who?
name. Joe Grutters.
Well, I know in terms of
Republican National Committee Chairman.
Oh my goodness. Well, in terms of like the hottest thing on StubHub, it was probably Taylor Swift, and then right below that, Joe Grutters.
Grutters. Grutters.
Probably I'm sure there were, just like the Swift concerts, there were women and young children weeping openly out on the steps of Lucas Oil Stadium that they couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
And
people showing up with a Sharpie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ready for an autograph.
That's who you came up with? This is our big shindig. We got to raise a bunch of money. And Joe
Grutters or
Grutters?
Gruters.
Yeah.
Grutters.
Kev, if I offered you $50, would you go see Joe Gruters? If I gave you $50, would you go see Joe Gruters speak?
No, I'd probably rather go to the cuddle place.
Yeah. Good for you.
Anyway, so nothing says transparency like not letting people in to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Abdul's really mad about this.
Jefferson Shreve was there.
Well, I'm sure he was.
Mm-hmm.
He as rich as he is, he might have bought several tables to cover for the bad attendance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do that at big events. Like if it doesn't sell out, but they want it to look good on TV, they call it papering, where they just give the tickets away to people at the end so it doesn't, see a bunch of empty seats. Maybe that's what Shreve did. Maybe he papered the dinner so that all the tables would be full of people.
Possibly. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't allowed in.
That's right. So speaking of which, see, at least everybody's getting banned with me now.
Right?
Nobody cared when I got banned, but now that the media's getting banned, they said, no, now the media's up in arms that they were banned. Come to my defense. No, nobody cares. But once it starts happening to everyone, now the media's outraged.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the soup with you.
Well, look, it's all our favorite people are going to be in the same place at the same time. They don't want any hard questions getting asked. They, you got to have Diego and Rokita and the rest of the Good Time Fun gang are all going to be there. They probably don't want any part of that. We called this. We have said one of the major reasons we don't support redistricting is you're going to get some clown in that seat that doesn't deserve to be there and won't do anything for us. And boy, howdy, guess who raised her hand first, Casey?
Jennifer Ruth Green did, former Indiana Secretary of Public Safety.
Now, wait, let's go back. Who she is.
Okay.
So she ran for Congress, 4 years ago maybe, and lost badly to Frank Mervan. And as with anything else in government, you fail upwards. And for her being resoundingly rejected by the voters, that wasn't enough. She got rewarded with a cushy $275,000 job in the Braun administration. Despite, and I heard this from many people at the time when he picked her. They said she's a complete idiot. And this is totally a rising star hire where they want to promote her and push her up. She has no business being in this position. And she proved my sources exactly correct, Casey, because she was there, 7 months, 8 months, and then
she resigned from her role in September. So
Yes.
if she was appointed in January?
Yeah.
9 months.
In 9 months. Now, let me read what our friends at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle had to say about her and her description. Green resigned as Public Safety Secretary for Governor Mike Braun's administration in September. The Indiana Office of Inspector General filed a formal ethics complaint accusing her of ghost employment and misuse of state property. It came after Green signed a remediation agreement while an investigation ran its course. So let's review the track record of this woman, and this is the sort of person the Republicans want to put in the Congress, and I'm supposed to be all for this. I'm supposed to be all on board with this and think this is some way going to make my life better. So she ran for Congress, lost. Everybody has a right to do that, was told her services were not required. Then, as her fallback gig, she got a $275,000 job with immense power in the government she was wholly unqualified for. And in the short time of 8 months, did such a horrible job, she got a formal ethics complaint filed against her of ghost employment and misuse of state property. And that was after she signed a remediation agreement to get her act in line or something was going to go down. And then now, instead of just going away, what's she doing? She's running for Congress again.
Correct. And she made that announcement one day after Governor Mike Braun announced that he would call a special session.
So again, I'm the bad guy, and people want to hate me because I say, look at who they're going to pick. Look at the sort of person they're going to pick. Look at who they're going to replace Mervan with, the Democrat with. And I'm led to believe that the level of gross behavior from this woman, she's running for a promotion to the U.S. Congress, and I'm supposed to be down with that. I'm supposed to be like, oh, please rig these maps further so Jennifer Ruth Green can have a job in Congress.
She was stating her support for Donald Trump, and she said President Trump needs conservative fighters to help put America first. And she called that district, the first district, key to control the House of Representatives in 26.
And no doubt, if you were to look up, if you were to say this is the sort of grifter we would want in this position, Jennifer Ruth Green, maybe Diego will run too. Maybe they'll all run. Does he live in Marion County? No, I know he can't really figure it out based on how he's voted in the past. Does he live in Marion County or Hendricks County? Is he back to Marion County?
I don't know where Diego lives.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about.
But he shows up at the State House every Monday morning bright and early.
Diego Morales, the Secretary of State, he tried to run for Congress. Speaking of another guy who just wouldn't go away, I mean, he got fired from the Secretary of State's office. He quit before he was about to get fired again. He tried to run for Secretary of State and then chickened out and then decided he was going to run for Congress. He ran for Congress, lost. I mean, that's like this fourth. Oh, he was in with Pence for a while, too, and nobody really knew what he did. So that was like his fifth bite at the government apple. He finally got elected to Secretary of State. But when he ran for Congress, we'll come back to that for a second, he took a homestead credit in Marion County, which is where you live, and yet somehow voted in Hendricks County.
Okay.
And that's the guy that's supposed to be in charge of our elections.
Is that wrong?
So, but my point is, though, since they're going to carve up Carson's district, if Diego actually lives in Marion County, maybe he
That's
could.
his next gig?
Maybe he could run too, and then him and Green could run as some sort of grifter power couple. You know, power team grifter, you know, to help us get rid of Andre Carson.
Wonder Twin Powers activate?
And Frank Mervan, because Diego and Green would make your life so much better.
Now, come on, Rob. You know that Secretary of State Diego Morales has already announced that he's running for re-election.
Oh, that's right.
To become the Secretary of State
Again.
I
mean, in fairness to Diego, look, Congress, you can, with the insider trading and whatnot, I mean, you can do a lot of damage, but he's got a pretty good grift going on here. I mean, giving his brother-in-law the cushy job, the no-bid contracts to campaign donors.
Fancy car.
The $90,000 car, the mysterious, trip to India that he won't tell anybody who paid for. I mean, all of these things are working out pretty well. But what's crazy about Diego, this is what's interesting about Diego, what a pathetic, rotten, miserable slug Diego is. He has campaigned, basically, he has used his office to campaign 24/7. All the taxpayer resources, et cetera, that come with that. For the past, he ran in 22, so he ran all of 22, 23, 24. He's on his fourth year of doing this. And yet, according to those polls that came out,
nobody
knows.
knows.
So bad at nobody knows who he is.
Nobody knows who he is.
He can't even get campaigning 24/7 right. That's how bad he is at everything.
You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
putting out an early morning blaze. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 11:30. A fire starting in a vacant house just north of downtown Indy spreads to 2 neighboring homes. Here's Battalion Chief Rita Wright.
Exposures on either side sustain significant damage. Those families will certainly be displaced.
Around 70 firefighters from multiple departments responded to the blaze and put it out within an hour this morning before 7. 2 families are now seeking help with shelter. A former Mooresville high school student is pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. 18-year-old Trinity Shockley had a plan to shoot up the school back in February. The Indianapolis Airport Authority says ICE is running some of their operations at Indianapolis International Airport at least 3 times a week. And the Pacers are off again today before their game Wednesday with the Mavericks in Dallas. The team just signed guard Mac McClung to help with their many injuries in the backcourt. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy, and I know every day when Casey walks into this studio, she thinks, man, I can't believe I get to work with someone as beautiful as Rob Kendall. And you could give that same gift to your coworkers. What are you laughing at? Every day, that's what you say. And you could give that gift to your coworkers by making a call to We Grow Hair Indy. Yeah, call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. And what you say is you say, look, I want a totally free, no hassle, no obligation consultation. And I want to give the gift to my coworkers to be as beautiful as Rob Kendall is and the gift that he gives to Casey. They'll get a chuckle out of that. But in all seriousness, 317-522-2995. Schedule your totally free, no hassle, no obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, they're top notch. They'll take a look at what's going on at the top of your head. They'll give you some suggestions on how you might be able to get your confidence back, and then you take it from there. In the meantime, you can see some other people who made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Hi, this is Richard Stevenson. Need heating service in Johnson, Morgan, or Hendricks County? Give us a call, 317-557-8532.
Stevenson Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
It's a good point made by your dad.
Yeah. Look, we give advice for free to all people. And look, any decent member of society should want Diego Morales to lose, but Bobai's got to understand these videos make him look ridiculous. I mean, like every video he starts, hey, it's Bo.
He made another video. I don't remember how it starts, but we should bet on this.
Okay,
he started with hey.
Look, here's the thing with the Bobai videos. Like, you come off as a totally out of touch, aloof little kid. Like in these videos, you got to stop. You got to either man up and get better at these videos and bring some smoke, or don't do the videos because you're just like pissing people off. Hey, it's Bo. I'm I'm really good looking, and I just got off my yacht, and I'm going to tell you guys, like, how my life is like yours. Like, that's the way he comes off. He's a very nice guy. I met him in person, and I want him to do well. I want Diego Morales to go to the way of the dinosaur. But these videos, like, you got to either get like better at them, like he needs to have a weekend practice session, or you sound like a normal. Hey, it's Bo. I'm very good looking. Don't you wish you were me? I'm one of you.
You don't think that he's just trying to come across as relatable? Like, hey, here I am sitting.
He's not relatable.
Sitting at my kitchen table.
His father was a governor and a senator, and he went to one of the finest prep schools in the world, and he's super rich, Casey. He's not relatable.
Hence the low energy video.
No, you got to have the high energy video. You got to be like, look, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Like, he's got to go to school or something like that. I'll help him for free. Like, okay.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I want Diego to lose.
Okay.
I don't care who he loses to.
You could be lining your pocket, though, with that political money if you want it.
Okay, now, I guarantee you, right? And the other thing, you got to stop with the stupid Indiana sports teams costumes.
Well, that's what your dad's point was, that he needs to wear an Indianapolis Indians cap now.
Like, he looks like a child. Like, okay, you're not from here. We know that, right? But we're okay with that, some of us, because Diego's so bad. Like, we want you in there because you're going to expose the Republican corruption. But stop insulting our intelligence. You're just pissing people off. Okay, let's see if he starts the video with, hey, it's Bo.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they're going to try and redraw Indiana's political maps in the middle of a cycle in a special session any day now. I'm Bo. I'm running for Indiana Secretary of State in 2026.
Bo.
The Indiana Business Journal recently reported that Governor Braun is likely going to call a special legislative session in the next few days to conduct a vote on redistricting.
He did that.
We have real challenges facing our state. Farmers are hurting. Costs are way too high. Schools and hospitals are closing. The legislature should be focused on solving those issues and not on conducting a special session that is unnecessary, unwanted, and that could cost Hoosier taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter whether Republicans or Democrats are doing stuff like this, it's just wrong. Call your representative today, tell them that you oppose this, and join our team at bobuy.com.
Join my team.
Join my team.
We'll get on my yacht.
Bye-bye.
We'll go over what you can do for the team.
Bobuy.com.
Look, he's
Bo,
very...
it's 6 a.m. We need you to do a video. We know you just woke up. Get some coffee and get on camera.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's he's very well spoken, and he's got many of the... Rod Stewart did a song called Some Guys Have All the Luck, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he does have all the luck. He's straight out of Central Casting. The problem is it comes off very plastic, right? And you got to give some real human to yourself, right? You got to give some real,
Gotta read one of the comments.
Oh, no.
Where is your fan gear? Hard to recognize you without your brand new Colts or Pacers jersey. I suggest an IU cap. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Get on the IU bandwagon. Yeah.
Look, you almost can't blame him because his life has been very, I will use the word structured. Right? I mean, you don't get to choose your parents. That's why my dad always says, he's like, see, I deliberately didn't accomplish anything, so you don't have anything to live up to. So he used to tell me all that all the time when I was a kid. But my point is, like,
nobody's done more with less, Rob.
It's a real Hoosier success story. But the kid was clearly structured from the moment he came out of the womb, right? It's not his fault. Your dad's a governor, he's a senator, then you're forced to live in Washington, D.C. I'm not saying he wanted these things, but if you're going to run for public office, one of the major areas that this guy, one of the things he's going to have to overcome is, you're not one of us, you're not from here, you're just using Indiana to secure public office. And that's what his old man ran into, 10 years ago now, when he tried to parachute back in. People saw Evan Bayh as one of them until he left, and then especially with the headwinds of the wind at their face Democrats wise with Donald Trump in 2016, they just crushed him with, you don't live here. I think he got his address wrong of the place he was supposed to be staying in one of the debates. I mean, I can't remember what it was, but it was like that was a huge deal. And Bo is gonna run the same thing if he doesn't. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. He seems very nice. I met him. He served his country. I think he probably loves his country. I don't dispute any of that. But he needs to get some sort of pitch that is going to resonate with people, and just doing hey, this is bad.
It's Bo.
This is redistricting. It's not right. The farmers are suffering. I went to a farm one time, Had somebody else pick the corn for me. It was great.
Farmers are hurting.
I had somebody pull the chariot around with me in it. I got some apples.
Schools are closing.
Nobody thinks
you're
very worried about the farmers, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thinks that. And you can either you got to learn how to make the case in that field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you've got to just come up with a different case to make where you don't have to expose yourself to that and people kind of see through it. But I say all this, I'm trying to help. We need to get the tough love out of the way now. I want him to do well.
This is you helping.
This is
This is me helping you. Help me help you.
When did we get to the point in our society where people just didn't want to get tough love? Like when I was a kid, I responded great, basically, to threats.
Well, because you were scared, right?
Well, I don't know if I was scared. I mean,
you were scared.
I just think, like, if somebody told me, like in sports, hey, you're really sucking today. Like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't say that to a 10-year-old kid, but I'm going to play better, right? Okay, I'll show you. If my parents got on me about something, I'll show you.
You want to know when it stopped? Because I had the uncle. Everybody should have the uncle.
Oh, and you had an uncle.
An uncle.
Okay.
I had many uncles.
Yes.
But the one uncle. Tell you straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but now I do this all the time, and I'm labeled some sort of monster for telling the Republicans how they fail every day. Their failure's not the bad guy. I'm the bad guy for pointing out the failures.
It was gentle parenting and participation trophies. That's when it ended.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to tell people exactly what you think, so that way they know that you're not bull crapping them. When you compliment them, they know you're being sincere.
Right.
See, so all you Republicans, write it down today. 11:40 on the 29th of October.
28th.
28th of, is it 28th?
Yes.
It's 28th. 28th. Yesterday was 27th. See how these days run together.
That's what happens when you take a day off.
Well, that's why I don't like
you
take
lose
the days
track
off.
of time and space.
I said something critical of my new friends, the Buys.
Right? Exactly. Your new BFFs. Sure. By the way, just a reminder, we are on day 28 of the shutdown.
That's right. That's how we know. It's whatever day it is.
I really want to ask you about golfing with your father, but I want to get to this audio clip.
Uh-oh.
This is AOC losing her mind. So House Republicans, they want to strip Zohan Mamdani of his citizenship.
He's the guy running for mayor of New York.
Yeah, he's the front runner.
Yes.
By the way. And they want to strip him of his citizenship over some omissions. When he filled out the forms, they're saying he left some stuff out.
So he immigrated to this country.
2018.
Okay. That's wild to think a guy came here in 2018 and he's now about to be the mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They want to review all of his naturalization forms.
I've been stuck in neutral for 2 decades, and this guy's been here 7 years. He's about to be the mayor of the most important city in the country.
Well, a lot of people are fleeing New York and moving to Florida because of this.
Look,
but AOC and Bernie Sanders, they've been stumping for him.
Oh,
sure. Doing lots of speeches.
Absolutely.
And there's also talk, I don't know if you heard about this one, Donald Trump encouraging AOC to run for president because, he would love for the Republicans to squash her.
Yeah.
And now there is even talk of people saying they want Riley Gaines to run against her. But this is AOC at one of their rallies.
Jews escaping Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos seeking a better life, Native people standing for themselves, Asian Americans coming together in Queens, in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Staten Island, in this country.
Okay, so
She worked up.
I detected at least 3 or 4 different affects.
Accents?
Yeah, in that. I mean, it's not like Hillary Clinton great. Remember when she went to the black church and became a black preacher? But can we play that again? I mean, that screeching there at the end is a little tough, and she needs to learn how to work a microphone.
Right. We call it popping the peas.
You notice with this program, one of my great talents is no matter how many times I go ballistic, it stays within
You're not overmodulation.
the confines of I'm a trained professional. She's got to get it together if she's going to act like that.
Well, she's hitting the podium.
Yeah, can we just we'll get to one. You clearly hear the change in her when she says Latinos, right?
And Manhattan.
It would be like if I said, I'm going to try this here. Let's see if I can pull this off.
Oh, no.
Casey, our immigration system is screwed up. It's not fair to legal Latinos.
Right.
Was that it? Did I get it right?
You did.
I mean, you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but is it really that much different than what we just heard here?
No.
Okay. Go.
Jews escaping Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos
boom, we heard it, right?
Yeah.
We all heard that.
Yeah.
And then she. I feel like, can we keep it going? Because I feel like she tried to do some sort of effect for the Asians too.
Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos seeking a better life, Native people standing for themselves, Asian Americans
Maybe I just
coming
imagined it.
together in Queens.
It was hard to tell. Okay, all right.
I like the way she said Manhattan. Manhattan.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. There was something in there that she was changing it up. She was, who knows with her. I mean, can you imagine, like, what it would be like to be inside her brain in real time? Like, what that carnival actually looks like?
No, there's probably a lot going on there. Next time you go to, like, I don't know, the German restaurant that's very famous here, I want you to go up and, yes, I would like to order some Wiener Schnitzel. Like, why do you don't do that?
And nobody calls her out on this.
Right?
She just gets a free
I
pass.
think we just did.
Well, but I'm saying in terms of her little circle, nobody says, well, that seemed pretty fraudulent.
Okay, so
Latinos!
Yep. So then later on in the same rally, she had to announce that they're not crazy.
But we must remember, in a time such as this, we are not the crazy ones, New York City.
Oh, okay.
We are not the outlandish ones, New York City. They want us to think we are crazy. We are sane.
Kev, is AOC hot? I think you're a single dude. Is she hot?
She's decent.
I mean, pretend you didn't know anything about her. Would you? I mean,
Yeah, she would catch my eye.
Yeah.
Where would she score on the Hot Crazy Matrix?
It's off the charts, Casey.
It is Kendall Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, SNAP benefits at risk next month, plus more reaction to Governor Braun calling a special session. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Simple Quarters has helped me by allowing me to sell my house. It's given me the financial stability to be able to move and go on with that next chapter. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because there was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters. There was nothing that I didn't expect. They didn't have hidden fees. They didn't ask me to go get an appraisal. They didn't ask me to have a surveyor come out. This has probably been one of the easiest experiences in my life. And if I ever have to do it again, I would call Simple Quarters again. Simple Quarters absolutely kept their word through the whole process.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Want in on special WIBC contests?
That is correct.
Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393. Exclusive giveaways are just a text away.
I want to stand alone in front of the world in that oncoming tank, like that Chinese boy that we all have to thank.
So wait, you're telling me it's beyond my own control whether I like food or not?
That's true. There's a new study that came out that says your brain decides if food is healthy or tasty in 200 milliseconds. That's very quick.
Yeah, because this was fascinating to me. So it's the Kendall and Casey show. I'm Rob. That's Casey. So the other day, I mentioned that, my wife is always like, we should go on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, okay, cool. And then I come up with all sorts of suggestions. And then she's like, it sounds like a lot of work.
It's true.
So finally, I told her, I said, we're going. Like, we're going to do something. I arranged for my parents to come over and watch Libby. And so I had won that. Remember, I won that shrimp eating contest at the women's NIT basketball tournament at Butler?
Mm-hmm.
And my payoff was a gift card to the company who owns St. Elmo.
Right.
And they own several known entities here in central Indiana. And we ended up going to Harry and Izzy's, who also owns St. Elmo.
Did you get a big fat steak?
Well, I did not, because I was going to keep us under the
gift card limit.
The guy was floored. The waiter was very nice. He was floored that we were able to keep it under the gift card amount.
You must not have ordered a nice bottle of wine.
She had some wine. I, on the
Good
other hand,
for
was
her.
like, I'll take the water, thanks.
Mhm. I'll have bread. Feed her.
Anyway, she really wanted the, in honor of me getting this gift card for winning the shrimp eating contest, she wanted the shrimp cocktail with I guess the sauce is the same since they're owned by the same people. And I mean, if you've never had the shrimp Elmo cocktail sauce, have you ever had it?
You better like horseradish.
Oh, it's brutal.
Horsey sauce.
It's brutal. Like when I was doing the shrimp eating contest, the problem that we had was that I got through one and then I was like, I better be careful. I'm going to choke, because you're trying to get it down so fast because that stuff is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
And
your,
I was
your
like,
nose starts
okay, first of all, I
running.
don't want to choke. But two, my team was so far ahead. I said, as long as I don't choke or die, we're going to win this thing. And
In the competition, do you have to use the sauce?
Well, it's
Or
like
can you
on
just-
there. Yeah.
It's touching. No matter what, you're going to get some.
It was a halftime women's NIT basketball tournament shrimp eating contest.
Sure.
There wasn't like a lot of rules officials going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was on the stuff, but it was like you have to dip it in. I mean, it was dipped in it, but then, it falls off, whatever. It's still all on there, and it's like crushing you, right?
That's true.
So, I was talking to the guy about this, and one of the things that's fascinating to me is you can eat some of that stuff, and it takes a second for it to hit you.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll eat it, and you'll go, oh, this isn't too bad, and then bam!
Yep.
So, but you're saying this is much faster than that.
Yeah, well, according to the study, your brain decides very quickly whether you're going to like it or not. You don't even have to taste it. You can just look at it and go, no, I'm not going to want that.
No kidding.
And that happens to me a lot of times.
My kid does that.
Growing up, I was, how can you have an opinion if you haven't even tried it?
Yeah.
Well, my brain already told me.
That's
and
wild.
here's the study that backs that up.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So there is some merit to my kid looking at something going, no.
No, I don't want that. Yeah, because her brain has already decided whether she's going to like it or not before it's even hit her lips.
Now, my child is a pig. She will eat about anything.
Yeah, she's a good eater.
Although sometimes she will tell me she wants something, and then I go to great lengths
Right,
to...
like a banana.
Yeah, or apple, or she did that the other night. She said apple. I said, do you want an apple or are you just saying apple? She very clearly, eat apple. Okay, great. You got to cut the the skin off the apple, right? So I got all this work, cut all this off.
Dice it up into little bites.
Hand it to her.
Yeah.
No. And I said, you just said you wanted the apple. What's going on? And my wife looks at me and goes, well, it's because she's 2 years old.
Well, she's learning the art of manipulation very quickly.
And I told her, I said, yeah, she's a dishonest one.
Oh.
That's what she is. She's a dishonest 2-year-old.
She thought she wanted an apple.
And then my wife, she very calmly said, I can't believe I married you.
What did you do with the apple?
I ate it.
Of course you
did.
did.
Food's so expensive, I'm going to let it go to waste.
And you will play that role for the rest of your life.
That's right.
You're going to have to finish up what she doesn't eat or that food will go to waste.
Speaking of finishing up, time for us to finish up this program.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for listening today. This has been Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula.